Hey, listener, thanks for pressing play this week on the Jock and Nerd podcast. It's our San Diego Comic-Con 2019 news roundup.
Geek Boner.
We break down the huge Marvel Studios Phase 4 slate and discuss the Terminator Dark Fate panel, all the trailers, the Arrowverse crossover, and a whole bunch more. All in this special San Diego Comic-Con edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019.
Check one. All right. This is really fans out there. Let's give it up. We jockin', we nerdin'. We funny, disturbing. We jockin', we nerdin'. We spoiler alert. Oh yeah. We jockin', we nerdin'. We funny, disturbing. Oh yeah. We jockin', we nerdin'. We spoiler alert.
Hello, what's up, listener? Thank you for joining us. And welcome to the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose.
Jock and Nerd.
My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
And over there in the corner, there's a Felty that's been banned from every major comic book convention and theme park. Of course, it's Rug Boy. How's it going, Rugs? How you feeling?
I'm worthy to wield Mjolnir.
Are you? You are worthy. Everyone's worthy.
Yes.
Captain America's worthy. Felty Thor. We're getting Felty Thor in Phase 4. No, that's not happening. That's what should
Fat Thor, and then followed up immediately by Felty Thor.
I think we need, and then you got Frog Thor. It all makes sense. Why not? Everyone can be Thor. Anthony, can you be Thor?
No, I'm Shang-Chi.
I'm Thor right now after this CrossFit. I just did CrossFit. No, you're
You did
Shang-Chi.
CrossFit?
No, I'm kidding.
You haven't done CrossFit in years.
Yeah,
Holy
like 6
shit.
years.
I was like, what happened to Imran?
He's trying to do an impersonation of me, but his voice doesn't change
I'm
when
sorry.
he does impersonations.
I meant to say I thought about doing CrossFit. I thought
Did
about
you
CrossFit.
do an Anthony impression?
No, we tried that. It's very hard. There's no way for me to be that laid back and just unexcited. It's very hard. It's as excited.
I'm pumped.
See how excited?
Yeah, me too.
It's like it's too much excitement.
But can you do any impressions?
I can do impressions.
Can you?
Yeah.
Do one.
Krusty the Clown. Hello. I don't know.
That's just your voice.
Yes, it's just me. It's just like Ruggs' really good Stanley impression. It's just
Yeah, it's just my voice. I just sound like Stan Lee.
Well, listen, guys, we're here because it is one of my favorite shows to do every year.
One of your favorite shows. Oh, this particular show.
This particular show every year. And one of the reasons I love having a podcast is our San Diego Comic-Con News Roundup show. And oh boy,
Geek Boner.
there's a lot to dig into. But before we do that, I have a surprise. I have some surprise audio. We're going to play Guess That Voice. You guys, see if you can guess who this is.
Imran Javed.
Now listen here, bitches. You say you're looking for a podcast about comic books and TV and movies, but you don't know where to go? Well, stop whining and tune into the Jock and Nerd podcast. These are the only guys you'll ever need. They're jockey, they're nerdy, and they're bitches, like you. So keep it on the Jock and Nerd podcast. You can run, but you can't hide, bitch.
Jock and
Is this
Nerd.
the InfoWars guy?
That is not Alex Jones.
Oh, that's my first
Anthony,
guess.
who's your guess? Who do you think that is? This is going to be very anticlimactic because you guys aren't going to get this.
I mean, I was thinking some sort of pro wrestler.
That's interesting that you said that. I think Ruggs also was leading that way. No, listen, if you are a Rick and Morty fan, you will know that this is none other than super huge voice actor Jess Harnell, who plays Scary Terry on Rick and Morty.
Geek Boner.
And Scary Terry's like their Freddy the Krueger character in the show. But this guy, also the original voice for Wacko on the Animaniacs. He voiced Ironhide in the Transformers movies. He's been the voice of America's Funniest Home Videos announcer since like 1999. And he's the voice of Crash Bandicoot in the video games. He's done shitloads of cartoon voice work. And our special Santa Claus got that for us. So, kind of anticlimactic because we're not huge Rick and Morty fans.
I like
guess.
Rick and Morty, but I mean, I just didn't catch his voice. He just sounded like very like he was cutting a promo.
I like the promo.
The promo's
aspect
great.
of it.
Scary
Yeah.
Terry says bitches a lot. That's the gag.
Oh, bitches.
What's up, bitches? But that was awesome. And so we have a new promo. Thank you very much. Let's get in to the geek news.
The Jock and Nerd podcast.
Hey, nerd.
Yes, Jock?
I had a couple things, remember?
Yes.
Son
What
of a bitch.
do you got?
I had 3 things on my mind.
Okay, what do you got?
Just to start the show, because we're not going to get to these at any point during the show.
All right, get it out of the way.
Number 1,
Yeah.
I apologize for my lack of preparation last week, more so than usual. We were talking about movies, TV shows, TV shows. I didn't know shit about what the hell we were talking about, and I had nothing to contribute. So that's number 1. Number 2, I find it pretty interesting leading up to Marvel, like all the Marvel stuff in Rotten Tomatoes, that everyone was saying Disney was paying Rotten Tomatoes to like give them good ratings.
Yeah.
But yet the last 3 Disney movies were certified rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's point number 2. You think they would pay if they were actually paying Rotten Tomatoes? They'd pay for their flagship movies.
Well,
to be
so let me
fresh.
put this number out there. Lion King remake, 58%, opens to $192 million.
Well, it made money,
And
but it got
Yes.
certified rotten along with Dumbo and Aladdin.
Yes, but are these movies critic proof? Possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Third point. I had a spin-off show with Terry Schilling, and he inspired me to start watching Big Mouth on Netflix.
Oh, Big Mouth's
and
hilarious.
I'm quite enjoying it. So that's all I got.
There's 2 seasons of Big Mouth?
There's a 3rd season, I think.
I
that came out.
cannot watch it.
You didn't like it?
No, it was like, this is about like 13-year-old kids whacking off. And I was like, you can only do this in animation. If you were to do this in any other way, it would be disgusting.
But that's how you think. That's how I can kind of relate to some of the stuff. I
No,
can also
I mean,
hear myself.
I
talking
think that
right
like
now.
little kids, I think that kids do think like this, but I just think that I was like, I don't even want to go there and start and enjoy this because I feel like it's weird.
I am enjoying some of the side comments. I mean, remind me of Family Guy /
yeah.
Simpsons type.
But it's shockingly vulgar for a cartoon, you know?
Very vulgar.
I love the hormone monster, and the girl's talking to her vagina. It's hilarious. Come on. Who doesn't love that? That's really funny.
Oh, shit.
There's a line where they're like, you got to sit in the back with the cool kids, all the couples sit in the back, along with the disabled kid, and they like raise the disabled kid to the back of the bus, and then he just mouths, I used to be able to walk until they gave me a vaccine shot.
Oh, shit.
I love shit like that. That shit's great.
That's the stuff I like. So
Big Mouth
that's all I got.
is very good. This guy, Jess Harnell, did the voice of Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Big Mouth in the episode Am I Gay?
All right.
Yeah, so
I also enjoy that
ties
it's just
all together.
I also just enjoy that it's all adults doing kids' voices.
Yes. Mulaney's on there. It's very vulgar. It's a fun
Yeah.
Netflix show. It's the reason Netflix exists, so you can have vulgar ass fucking cartoons on and get away
I
with
like
it.
vulgar cartoons. I just thought that it creeped me out when I was watching it. I was like, I can't watch this. I gave up on it.
They're tripping over pubic hairs.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I can't remember the last one I watched, but I was into like at least 6 episodes.
It
at
has
least.
heart though too. Like the characters grow. There's like
I'm
a
2
storyline.
episodes in, and I'm literally rolling every 2
I'm
seconds.
glad
now.
you're checking it out. Big Mouth.
It was either that or Love, Death, and Robots. So
Oh, you should watch that too. That's very good.
I know.
Watch that afterwards. All right, that's a very good addendum to the San Diego Comic-Con news, Anthony.
Hey, you're welcome.
Listen, this is San Diego Comic-Con 50, the 50th year.
Whoa, really?
Yes, this is the 50th anniversary of San Diego Comic-Con. Anthony, you were there, in like 2011?
2011, yeah.
So you're the ones who've been to this out of all of us. This is Geek Mecca, people, and I've been to Real Mecca. And let me tell you, there's not nearly as many comic book announcements in Real Mecca, and everyone's
Does it smell just as bad in Real
no,
Mecca?
it smells like the desert, and everyone's cosplaying as the dude from Prince of Persia. I don't know, but this Geek Mecca, this is more my speed, and also possibly the most anticipated Marvel Hall H in years. Would you guys agree with that? Since they skipped last year,
Do you think that people get offended that Mecca is in Mecca Lecca High, Mecca Hiney Ho?
no, but that's only in Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Oh.
That's only.
Like,
in-
I mean,
What about in Mecha Godzilla?
that Mecca. Where's Godzilla Mecca? That's
I think
G-Fest.
that
As a kid, I always thought it was Mega Godzilla.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it was Mecha until much later.
The Arabs are like, stop appropriating our culture, you motherfuckers.
stop saying that word
I'll
with your
kill you.
things. It's not a robot.
It's not a robot.
Is this the most anticipated? I don't know if this was the most anticipated. I think this one was the one where a lot of people didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, and I think that's why it was like the most anticipated, because we had no idea really
it was kind of like the reverse of what happened last time. Like Marvel bowed out, and then DC, did this big, show and dance, whatever, song and dance, show and dance. I'm just making up my shit.
Show and dance.
Yeah. So then
I say dance.
DC like said fuck it, and then Marvel came in and did everything.
Well, Marvel does it better. Clearly, they know how to put on a show. Just
They launched a lot of shit.
Dude, Phase 4 announced. Kevin Feige announces the whole Phase 4. And if you watch the highlights, you watch the clips, the sheer star power that just keeps showing up on the stage with every announcement is just stunning. You're like, holy fuck. All these people are here. So Phase 4 will take us through the next 2 years, consists of 10 properties, 5 movies, and 5 Disney Plus streaming series that now... This is multi-platform storytelling, unlike anybody has given us.
Can we do opening thoughts on all this?
Yes, we will go.
Before we dive into the movies
dive into
and shows?
Every single one and give you our comments. But opening thoughts looking at the slate of weird and colorful logos. What is your opening thought, Anthony?
3 things. 1, this finally puts to bed that all those other TV shows are not part of the MCU canon because they've never acknowledged TV shows up until this point. So
this is official. These TV shows count.
These TV shows count.
Those don't.
Those don't.
There's another reason we'll get to why they completely said
these
that.
Count.
Yeah.
Number 2, I liked this for 2 reasons. Number 1, obviously very diverse. I'm a big fan of that.
Yep.
Casting was crazy diverse.
Very international. Yes.
But the other reason is not because it's necessarily different, but I legitimately don't really follow all of these characters all that closely other than Thor.
Yeah.
And even Thor is, was a top tier character for me.
Yep.
So I legitimately have no idea what's going to happen moving forward. So that excites me. It's just the possibility of, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just who knows where this is going to go. I don't know. I don't have the set storylines in mind of where this could go. So I'm intrigued.
I'm very intrigued.
This is Marvel's try it out phase, it seems.
I mean, this is like a reset. This is like volume 2 of the MCU, like more than Phase 4. It's like another Phase 1. Rugs, after 11 movies, 11 years, 23 movies, they come out and you have no Robert Downey Jr., no Chris Evans, that star power is not there. And now we are looking at really even more kind of obscure characters and coming to the big and little screen. What are your thoughts on this slate?
To be honest with you, I was very underwhelmed. I mean, most of a lot of it's TV stuff, right?
Yeah, well, half and half.
Which is I have no idea. It's really up in the air what this TV shit's gonna be, how good it's gonna be.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that it's Game of Thrones level or beyond.
I think it will be.
Or Westworld or something like that.
6 to 8 episode seasons, so they're not going to be really long.
So I'm hoping that it's going to be right now. I don't know what I'm getting. It's a lot of I don't know, because it's the only one that I really know what I'm getting is probably going to be Thor and Black Widow.
Yeah,
it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Everything else, Doctor Strange, you probably know what you're getting too, but everything else is new. Everything else is like a Guardians of the Galaxy. It's gonna roll the dice. Everybody gonna love this? Or everybody gonna be eh? But I think that Disney's not going to lose money. I said, they're review proof.
They're critic
proof. They always
proof.
score pretty big. Yep. So people are going to be in for this. But I wasn't when I think Anthony texted all the headlines.
Yeah,
and I was they got to be punking us. None of this was real. I was this is all sounds like a joke. But I don't know. I'm not really that excited. I'm there's not. I mean, the Eternals is the only thing I think that has potential to surprise me. Maybe.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, I'm optimistic about. Black Widow, I'm optimistic about. And Thor, I know the story with Jane Foster. She gets cancer and then she becomes Thor for a while, and then she ultimately dies of cancer. So I know that storyline. So I don't know if they're going to do that. If it's going to be a romantic comedy, a body switching movie thing, but I don't know. I feel Thor's going to be a comedy. So I'm already clocked out of that. Okay, it's not going to be a real movie that's going to change my life. Black Widow could be an all action Russo brothers type thing. I don't know who's directing that, but it's not the Russo brothers. So I have no idea I have no idea what the directing of this movie.
We will get into all the directors.
Right. So I'm very cautious right now. I'm not all in like a lot of people are. I'm just like, okay, let's see what happens.
I mean, I think it's interesting. I'm somewhere between you two guys because I was excited to see Phase 4, but for the same reason that I don't know, I'm the same. I don't know what we're getting into. It's both exciting, but also gives me a little bit of trepidation. But Marvel has not fucked up anything yet.
Let me follow up on that.
Yeah.
When I did see all this stuff, I was like, initially I went, oh, there's some cool stuff here.
Yeah.
I was like, but that's it? They didn't announce, I mean, they teased some stuff, right? But they didn't announce they didn't announce stuff we were expecting, like Black Panther.
Blade was the ultimate, it's not even on here, but Blade that's the thing I'm most excited for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be, well, we'll get to Blade.
Yeah.
But, let me just say, there wasn't for me either this initial, like, oh my God, they changed the game.
Right.
But the more I think about it and the more I've thought about just the direction they're going, I'm like, I like that they're kind of, okay, Phase 3 happened, Endgame happens, that it blows everything out of the water. They're taking this next phase, it looks like to me, to experiment a little bit.
Well, they got to reset.
And I'm cool, and I'm cool with, if they are really going all the way and experimenting on some of this stuff, I'm cool with seeing
what
where
are they really building here? All right,
Black Widow. That's the thing.
But let's talk about it. Black Widow's gone. She's dead.
There's rumor is that it's a legacy character that'll continue.
Okay, so there might be a new Black Widow. You're saying, all right. So, but Black Widow, as we know her, is gone. Okay, everything else we've seen, like Loki, we've seen Thor, we've seen Wanda and Vision, we've seen. The only Doctor Strange it's all old hat stuff. Shang-Chi's the only new thing, and Eternals are the only new thing.
All right, look, let's go over this one by one because this is a very short Phase 4, which is also very interesting. It's 2 years, and I think maybe at the D23, they'll give us a peek into that because he has plans for the 5 years. He has just shown us the first 2.
Yeah, he's so getting to his point, Ruggs' point, he's already hinted like this is the phase where we plant the seeds for the next saga of movies.
I like this because you need, just like it started, you need a slow buildup of getting to know these characters and changing them and introducing new characters. It took 11 years to get to Endgame, and it took a few years to get to a team-up movie. You got to take that same amount of time again and reset and build it back up. And you can kind of see this. Okay, so chronological order. The first MCU movie we are getting will be next year. May 1st, 2020, Black Widow comes out. This movie takes place after Captain America Civil War and will be in Budapest.
Geek boner.
So we're finally going to find out possibly what happened in Budapest. It features Florence Pugh as a character named Yelena, who seems like a sister character, another widow. So like you just said, Anthony, she's the Black Widow, but she's a Black Widow. There's multiple Black Widows. David Harbour also in this, fresh off Stranger Things, as Alexei, who may be the Red Guardian, who's kind of like Russian's Captain America. Rachel Weisz is in this as probably an older widow. And a dude named O.T. Fag Benley. I love his name. I don't know who he is. Fag Benley describes his character. He's playing someone named Mason.
What about David Harbour?
I said David Harbour, Alexei, Red Guardian.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Red Guardian.
Fag Benley is a Mason who's a fixer, comes from Natasha's past, directed by Ruggs, Kate Shortland. And they showed footage, and apparently it was like a very violent action scene. People have been likening it to like Winter Soldier style action or even like John Wick. And then I was like, damn, if they're going to bring us a fucking John Wick spy action
you got to talk about what it ended with.
And that Taskmaster?
Taskmaster.
The villain is Taskmaster, but we're not sure who he is. It could be a girl.
It could be a girl.
Could be Florence Pugh. You don't know. So this, what do you guys think about this? This looks like like an exciting action spy movie with Scarlett Johansson leading.
No, I'm excited for that, but I mean, it's like, where does it go? I mean, I didn't know there was going to be a legacy character. That could be interesting, who they pass it off to.
The time period when it takes place is also interesting. It's right after the Avengers break up, right? So she can't really call on anyone for help, or can she? Or...
So I've heard that the Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, there's a lot of rumors that she is the next Black Widow.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
She's only 23 years old. Actually, as far as this movie, this is the one I'm least excited for. I feel like they missed the boat on the Black Widow movie.
Yeah, should have been done
it feels
years
to me
ago.
like this. Yeah, I feel like this is coming out a little late. Like, she was super hot after the first Avengers.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
everyone's like, "Oh man, she's the best." She's one of the best parts. I felt like that was when they should have capitalized on it. Doing a prequel now kind of seems a little late in the game, but we'll see. I don't want to completely shit over something that hasn't come out yet. So,
yeah, I mean, this will give them a second female-led movie, which also doesn't hurt.
I'm down for an action movie as long as it's like all-out action. I'm good with that. I'm not pumped as far as a franchise because I know it's not going to probably be a franchise. Maybe with the legacy it can be. I don't know. There's a lot of questions in the air. I'm not really solid on anything here.
Yeah, I'll have to see where this movie ends up and where they leave Florence Pugh's character. Listener, tell us what you're most excited about. Join our Facebook group. It's called the Jock and Nerd Nation. It's closed just for you. You can hang out with all our great listeners and us, and there's a great thread in there about all this stuff. We'll get to some of that in News from the Nation. The next thing we're going to get is the Eternals movie in November 6, 2020. And this, to me...
Is that before or after Falcon and Winter Soldier?
It was announced in this order, I think.
Okay.
They announced the Eternals and then Falcon and Winter Soldier because then, the timeline gets a little weird. I think that may come out before, but we're going to talk about the Eternals because I was hoping they would reveal the cast. We've had all these rumors. But this, to me, seems to be like the riskiest of all of them. Like, another Guardians of the Galaxy, which I thought was super risky, but it fucking paid off. So, cast, crazy cast. All these people come out on stage. Angelina Jolie as Thena. Richard Madden, our buddy Rob Stark from Game of Thrones as Icarus. Kumail Nanjiani.
Your boy.
My boy, Apache in an MCU movie. Yes, he's playing a character named Kingo. Selma Hayek will be playing the leader, Ajax, who they have flipped to a woman, traditionally a man. Brian Tyree
Kingo was traditionally a Japanese character.
Oh, they made the Japanese guy a brown guy.
Yeah.
I see what they're doing here. Let's just flip all these. Brian Tyree Henry as Phastos, Don Lee playing Gilgamesh, Leah McHugh as Sprite, Lauren Ridloff as Makari. Here's a couple of interesting things. Another gender swap character, but this is the first deaf hero in the comics and in the movie. And I believe she's played by a deaf actress also.
Yeah.
That's amazing. This one directed by Chloe Zhao. No mention of Cersei, who I thought was a big character. But here's the real thing, guys. I don't know anything about these Eternals. So to me, this is like my most anticipated.
The most known character is Cersei. Whoa.
Who was that?
Sorry, ignore
Text
that.
message.
That was a text coming in. It shouldn't have come through on the computer.
Jesus. I thought like your fries are done.
Put that shit on vibrate.
Another thing I wanted to mention, I just thought it was peculiar, is that Don Lee is going to be Gilgamesh. And isn't Gilgamesh like an important like Middle Eastern character that like is like the Hercules of the Middle East?
I remember
I thought that was weird.
I think Gilgamesh is so I watched a Screen Crush video shortly before this about what the Celestials were.
Yeah.
So from what I read or listened to, Gilgamesh is a character that wanders with the humans too much sometimes and meddles in their affairs, and he might be the bad guy.
Also known as the Forgotten One.
Yeah.
Yes, he is the forgotten one as well.
These are all weird Jack Kirby
correct
creations.
me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
This was all Jack Kirby.
Yes.
Like they let Jack Kirby go crazy.
Yeah, Jack Kirby high on I don't know what in the 70s, just tripping balls.
From what I read, what I saw on the YouTube video, I'm just spinning this out. So what the fuck, Imran?
God damn it.
What are you doing?
I don't know how to turn off my notifications
How do you have your phone going through to the...
I don't know why it does that. Stupid Mac computer. I have it on off and the texts are going to the computer.
This is the only time first time this has ever happened. You're
sorry.
leaving this all in, by the way.
I apologize. Stop texting me. Jason Dutch from Voice from the Underground is texting me something.
You keep fucking up. All right.
How do I turn off notifications? Okay, go on.
So I guess Celestials created these Eternals, and there's only like 100 of them, and they're immortal, and they became the stuff of legend as far as humans, right?
Right.
And then these Eternals created humans, and Celestials created deviants, I believe. And the deviants were terrorizing humans, and then the Eternals had to put them underneath the ground, and that's where devils came from deviants.
I think it's something like that, but like
that's what I remember.
I thought it was the Celestials came and they fuck with human beings, and they got three different things. They got humans, they got deviants, and they got Eternals.
That might have been what a bit.
So they're changing this pretty significantly for the movie. So what you just said, Ruggs, is right. The Eternals created when the Celestials came to Earth 5 million years ago, performed genetic experiments on humans, and they also created the deviants. Now, Richard Madden told Hall H at the panel, the Eternals in this movie are arranged of immortal aliens. They're sent here by the Celestials to protect mankind from the deviants. And then the comment is, in other words, it sounds like the MCU version of the Eternals will be created to counter the deviants and could hail from outer space rather than right here on Earth. It's a pretty big change, but you could also kind of introduce mutants this way. Maybe.
Yeah. Also, just important to note, we've seen Celestials in the cinematic universe. We've also seen a deviant, as Thanos is a deviant.
Yes, and the Eternals are all like cousins of Thanos, I believe. Also, like they're all related.
Well, like the opposite.
Oh.
I think
they're somewhat, they're like blood related.
Well,
like
let's get into our thoughts in the movie, right?
Yes. Well, I told you my thoughts.
You got it.
I got no baggage. I have no idea what to expect. Sounds weird. I'm just excited there's a Packy in the movie.
I'm with you. I have no idea what to expect. That's what kind of excites me, is I literally don't know any stories by this. The cast looks super intriguing, so I'm along for the ride. I'm excited about this because I don't know what's going to happen.
I do love the international cast.
It's just weird that they left out Cersei, who was the most well-known and most integrated into the Avengers and all the other things. She was like hanging out with the humans a lot and integrating and being part of the teams. And, you know, she was a superhero into herself, and she's not involved here. I thought that was for sure who Angelina Jolie was playing. And she's now doing Athena, which is kind of like a Wonder Woman or Athena character.
I gotcha. Yeah.
What do you think they're doing? The first thing I thought of, because I noticed that too, is do you think they're doing this because it's too close to Game of Thrones, and they're like, we can't make another Cersei character? Like, that'd be like casting an Arya or like a Jon Snow.
I mean,
so soon.
Their Cersei predates the Game of Thrones Cersei, but
I know, but like the Cersei is right now.
I
Cersei
thought they were saving it.
Yeah, and
for later.
Cersei's a more sexy character too. She's more known for like being sexy.
They may be waiting for like the sequel or saving her for somewhere.
I don't know. I just think that like that's their flagship, Eternal. So
I mean, if they could do for this what they did for Guardians of the Galaxy, we should be fine. But this
doesn't really matter. Yeah, they're gonna do what they did with Guardians. They're gonna like change everything and just keep some fun bits here and there. I'm interested in what this is about. I don't know if hopefully it's brilliant. Like, you can do a lot with this idea. Like having these like superhuman beings that are around since before civilization even begins in the humans.
Yeah.
And they are what they base the gods on. These are what they base all of their perception of all of this superhuman and divine being all around these guys. That could be interesting. But they're probably not even they're gonna gloss right over that.
This is like the most, I guess Thor would be the most cosmic, the most space movie out of all of them.
Yeah, he's worshipped,
Yeah. So, and is this, going to tie into why Nick Fury was on possibly the Sword spaceship at the end of Spider-Man?
I mean, it's got alien shit in there.
It could be interesting. It's so cosmic. So they're pointing to the cosmic.
The Screen Crush movie or video that I watched point out two things which I liked. One was if you look up these characters, a lot of them are inspired by civilizations that have worshipped certain gods.
Yeah. Like, Egyptian
Makari
civilizations.
Is Mercury.
Yeah.
Other
Greek
stuff.
and Roman gods and stuff.
Yeah,
It all hints of that stuff. Yeah.
They predicted that it would be the Celestials forgetting that they were, or not Celestials, the Eternals being on Earth and forgetting that they were Eternals.
Oh, and realizing it.
And then realizing it. That's because there would need to be a reason why these millennia-old characters never involved themselves in
the
whole time, yeah.
When the half of the universe was fucking snapped away. But like you said, we've seen them in Guardians of the Galaxy. You've seen some of the Celestials. I'm intrigued, but like, I don't know about excited. I want to show me what it is. I'm there. Here's all my money. The next thing that rolls in, and now we start with the Disney Plus shows, Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out fall of 2020. So what's that? Like October, November, possibly the same time before Eternals, around the same time. This show takes place after Endgame, so present day 2023 MCU. Daniel Bruhl is back as Baron Zemo, and you see apparently there was a quick shot of his mask in some of the footage. And they have the Derek Kolstad, who wrote John Wick, has joined the writing team on Falcon and Winter Soldier. So hopefully you can expect some good action and some good fucking, action. Yeah, John Wick. So more John Wick. Make everything John Wick. What do you guys think about this? Are we going to see Falcon America? Is this like a buddy cop show? I guess I'm kind of excited. Both? Yeah. It's great they have Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan in the show.
This is the show I'm the second most excited about.
Oh, yeah?
That they're putting out, yeah.
Why is
just
that?
Just because I like Falcon. I like Winter Soldier. I like that Falcon has the shield. I want to see where that goes. I wish this was actually a movie rather than a TV show, but it's the first TV show out of the Disney Plus stuff, so I'm interested to see what they put out there.
It's got to bring it. If it doesn't bring it, it's going
a lot is going to be writing on this, and as far as you prefer a movie over there, like I'll give me this. We're going to get 6 hours.
It can't be Tiddins.
It can't be Tiddins, but you
can't.
I'm excited. We get to spend 6 hours with Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like that to me, that's why it's better than a movie.
I mean, this is the first. Like Rug Boy said, they have to bring it because this is the first time now. I mean, like we've seen the other TV shows, but this is the first time that Marvel Studios itself has said, you have to follow this. This is part of our story.
Because
they're making you subscribe to something and follow it for 6 weeks or 8 weeks, or if it's binge watch 6 hours. They're making you do something you've never had to do before. So it has to bring it.
And there's going to be another example coming up with another show and movie that I think is even tightly connected together. And watching the evolution of this is going to be great. Yeah, because after the end of this series, that's going to inform where Falcon and Winter Soldier are as characters the next time we see them. And you don't want to be left out, do you? You're going to want to buy this and watch it. Then, this one is pretty exciting. February 21st, 2021. Shang-Chi and not the Masters of Kung Fu, but the Legend of the Ten Rings. Holy shit, tying it back into Iron Man, Iron Man 2, and the Mandarin, and there was and then Ant-Man, there was you saw the Ten Rings. The cast in this one, very light right now. Simu Liu playing Shang-Chi, Tony Tony Leung, the Mandarin, the real Mandarin, not Ben Kingsley, and Aquafina, who's hilarious, in an undisclosed role, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, linking all this shit together. Are they going to give us a fucking the Marvel's first kung fu legit movie?
Springwater in this as well? Or no?
Dasani has a star cameo role. Fresh off the set.
She's in the soundtrack too.
Fresh off the set of Game of Thrones, water bottle Dasani. Anthony, you're half Asian. Comment?
I'm excited. I wouldn't proclaim to say that I know a lot about any of these people, although I've read a lot about Tony Leung and John Bellotti Jr., who's been on our show, says this is awesome.
Yes.
And he's a Hong Kong film legend. So that's cool.
That's exciting.
I'm going to be particularly biased. I am, as you mentioned, half Asian, so this is exciting for me just to see these characters or see characters that kind of look like me go up on screen that might be in a superhero type role. So yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. And the other villain that they could have gone with is Fu Manchu. So,
so this is
no, Mandarin is the way to go.
Well,
Mandarin's the way to go.
You can't.
You've been robbed of him for too long.
Yes, and you can't do Fu Manchu. It was racist when they came up with it, and it's.
The Mandarin's pretty racist too, but this is the way to go.
Yeah, originally this
is what all the comic book fans have been yearning for. So to put it in to me, it's smart because it's what everyone like hardcore has been like. You fucked us. You never gave us the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pair him up with a character that no one knows about to elevate that character.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. And I will give you the real Mandarin. I thought it was interesting that before this news broke, Justin Kroll had tweeted that he was hearing Marvel is putting out test offers for a group of men in their 20s for Shang-Chi, and they had been adamant that these actors be of Chinese ancestry, no other Asian ancestry accepted. So it wouldn't be like a Crazy Rich Asians thing where the Chinese people were like, wait, those guys aren't really Chinese, but we'll allow it. It's pretty funny. I like that they're like, we want a Chinese lead. And this guy, he's I don't know him. He's an up and comer.
He's actually Canadian.
He's Canadian, but immigrant.
He's not Chinese. He's Canadian.
He's a Chinese immigrant in
He's
Canada.
And he started off by speaking either Mandarin or Cantonese. I saw the video.
Okay. Oh, he was been in the CBC sitcom Kim's Convenience. Not super known, but believe me, after this, he's going to be super known and probably become a big star. So yeah, I'm excited. And China went nuts with the casting of this, but then some people in China were also like, yeah, but there's the Fu Manchu, and maybe you shouldn't be making this into a movie. You can't please everyone. What are you going to do?
Well, Fu Manchu isn't in the movie.
He's not in it. They replaced it with Mandarin. They made it better. It was originally, that was his dad, was Fu Manchu. But Fu Manchu, the original character, was created in the 1900s, I believe.
Right.
And then they used that in the 70s in Shang-Chi.
It was like public domain, and they could use it.
That's right. Yes, so they could do anything. So that one's fun. Then going back to Disney Plus, spring of 2021, WandaVision.
What a horrible name for a show.
Starring, I kind of like the retro logo, but the name is
the logo's
weird.
Fine.
Yeah, there's some good logos and there's some bad logos.
What could they have called this besides WandaVision?
Wanda and Vision.
Wanda and the Vision of Wanda, witch and robot. I don't know. Robot meets witch. This also takes place after Endgame, present time MCU, and will feature what's her name? Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, and they've cast an adult Monica Rambeau, who is the little girl from Captain Marvel, who's grown up, played by Teyonah Parris, and she at some point becomes Photon and also becomes a Captain Marvel at some point in the future. But apparently in this part of the panel, they said the word strange a lot. Like this is going to be a very strange movie.
And they even said leading up to Doctor Strange that this story concludes right where Doctor Strange begins.
Yes, because Elizabeth Olsen said, you're going to see why they call her Scarlet Witch. I have a feeling they're going to release the full magic witch potential because they really haven't.
It's going to be the opposite of the House of M.
Maybe. Oh, shit, Ruggs. So the House of M is where her powers go nuts and she kills all the mutants. What if she is awakened? Because I don't think we've fully seen her power, even though she held back fucking Thanos twice. Her powers are vague. What if she creates mutants?
Maybe she activates.
That is very interesting. Excitement level for this one, you guys. I like the cast. The Vision apparently is not dead, I guess, after Endgame.
This one's the one I'm least excited for from the TV shows, just because I'm not 100% confident in Elizabeth Olsen as a lead, so
That's a good point. Is she going to have a breaky accent, inconsistent?
I mean, the accent's gone. I don't care about that. I'm talking about carrying a TV show.
Paul Bettany's great, though. He could do it.
I like Paul Bettany.
Bettany's an incredible actor. But yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm like lukewarm on this.
Is it going to be like a soap opera-y thing set in the suburbs? If it's like...
Where did you get that from?
I don't know. I'm thinking of the Vision comic book series.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was really good.
As a comic book series. It might be interesting to watch as a weird kind of show. Strange type of show.
Like if it's them trying to fit in to like suburbia.
What is it? It's kind of like a almost like a Doom Patrol-ish.
Yeah, they could do something wacky with WandaVision.
You got their Doom Patrol, which is this WandaVision show.
You got and it's good. She's gonna get wacky. It's gonna be strange. We're gonna see her powers. Then also in the spring of 2021, Disney Plus will put out the Loki show, which is this one is about 2012 Loki from Endgame, who still has the Tesseract and fucking disappears, and nobody knows
evil.
He's still evil. He has not had any of that character growth. Disappears at Endgame, shows up in the show. This to me has the worst logo out of all of them. I don't understand what they're doing. It's like it's made out of wingdings or something. Like every letter is a different font, and I don't know if they were trying to.
He's the master of disguise.
Yeah, but
it's going to be different things.
It just looks all haphazard, and it looks like shit.
He's gonna. It's gonna be like Quantum Leap. He's gonna show up and be different people.
Oh my God! Will you have an Al? Al, where am I?
Nobody got that reference.
Dr. Sam Beckett travels through time, trying to make it home. That would be great. There was a screenshot of him walking in front of like a movie theater in the 70s, like a few months ago at some other event, and like Jaws was playing in the theater. So does he cause like major historical events or try to change them?
Interessante.
I don't know. I like Tom Hiddleston in this role.
Quantum Leap. That's what it is.
Loki meets Quantum Leap. Anthony, Tom Hiddleston, Loki's a great character.
I like Loki. I'm intrigued to see where it goes. I'm not particularly like over the moon about this, just because of the fact that I felt like Loki had a pretty good run on screen, and I was ready to move on to other characters. So we'll see if this brings me back on Loki.
There's a lot of characters that we thought were dead that are not now.
Well, this is a different version of Loki.
Again, different version of Loki, a prequel of Black Widow. Vision's alive. Some of these deaths aren't sticking, but they're coming back. That's a smart way to use them. Whatever. Following that, then it gets crazy. This one, I love this title. May 7th, 2021, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, shit. Geek boner.
Holy shit, the word multiverse is in the title. Directed by Scott Derrickson, who did the last one. This one featuring Scarlet Witch, so I think she's going to be a big part of this movie. Once her powers manifest, we're going to see her become even more powerful. They're selling this as the first MCU horror movie. Still at a PG-13 rating, but a horror movie. And the villain could possibly be this character called Nightmare. And you better believe you're going to have to watch WandaVision to follow that storyline into this movie. So there's a tie into the shows. This one, Benedict Cumberbatch is great. Multiverse and horror movie, I was like, okay.
That's what really intrigues me is the multiverse part, because that can open a lot of doors for the MCU that could, change the whole entire game of what the next phase could be. So that is like probably the game changer movie that's going to be here.
Multiverse exists, Anthony. Have we seen it before and we just didn't know it?
I mean, I think we've gotten teases of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got a tease for it in Spider-Man, and then it ended up being a ruse. That is super exciting, I think, the multiverse, because it just opens up different possibilities of different things that you can tie in, different potential universes that can be considered canon. So
you could do so many things.
I'm excited. I'm also excited because the Doctor Strange, the first one, wasn't a bad movie, but I think he's been a lot better in the subsequent movies because it's not an origin anymore. So I'm excited to see him, a story where it's kind of unleashing Doctor Strange rather than building up to a Doctor Strange at the end.
Yeah, you always, you got to get through the origins. It's the shitty part, but you got to set up the character. But once that character hit the ground running, he's been really interesting and is showing up in cameos in other movies. I think we saw the multiverse a little bit in the first movie, kind of when he's like flying through the realms. That would be their multiverse, maybe. That's crazy. I love it. Okay, then summer 2021, Disney Plus, Marvel will give us their first canon animated series called What If, based on...
What does that mean, canon?
Well, it's
it's what if. It means that nothing's going to happen.
Here's why it's canon. 25 of the original actors are coming back to voice stories that take place, that are tweaks, that are alternate versions of the first 23 movies of the Infinity Saga. So they will do like What If Peggy Carter had taken the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers, but then
so none of this is canon.
I mean,
it's a non-canon.
Okay, it's their first animated series.
Yes,
with the actors.
It's it's I wouldn't say canon. I would say it's endorsed by MCU.
Yes,
Studios.
that makes more sense.
Firmly entrenched into the Infinity Saga, so they're going to be playing with the movies.
Like Rugg said, what if inherently means not canon?
Yeah, it's just like it takes place in the Marvel Universe.
It's fully sponsored by the MCU. Yes. Jeffrey Wright from Westworld will be voicing the Watcher, who in the books, Uatu introduces. He's like the guy from the Twilight Zone. He's like Rod Serling. He comes in, introduces the pitch and the setup, and he's like, what if this happened? Watch now.
Right. I think this could be fun.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of level of animation how much money they're going to put in the animation.
I have no idea.
I think this is the one I'm most excited about.
Oh, yeah?
Because what if, you can do it anything, right?
Yeah.
There's really no limits to what you can do. I didn't think about it till you brought it up, Imran, but I am curious to see the level of animation.
Because we've seen their animated efforts before, and they've been, DC.
Garbage.
Yeah, DC does it way
Disney's
better.
Now here.
But it's now Disney, which is animation.
Yeah, but their
kingdom.
cartoons haven't gotten better since Disney.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't.
Worse.
So this is going to be a big test because DC is killing them on the animated front.
Yes.
Clearly, easily. So if they can make this look good, I don't want it to look like a cheap, like after school fucking cartoon. We'll see, but that's exciting. They're doing animation. Then another TV show, fall of 2021, Hawkeye with Jeremy Renner and confirmed to feature Kate Bishop. And also the logo for this is the exact logo from the Matt Fraction, David Aja run, which is really good. It's like an indie comic about Clint training Kate Bishop, and there's like Russian mobsters, and there's Pizza Dog, and it's just really quirky. It's like Breaking Bad was like a Hawkeye show. Like it's like a crime noir. Very good. So I could see them doing a great street level serialized Hawkeye story. But you guys, you excited to see Jeremy Renner be Hawkeye?
I'm more excited for Kate Bishop than Jeremy Renner.
Yes. Yes. That'd be cool. And I don't know who they have for Kate Bishop.
I agree. I'm not, Jeremy Renner's had his run on Hawkeye, and he's kind of failed to impress me every time he's been Hawkeye. So
he hasn't really been given that much to do.
No, he hasn't been given much to do, but it's one of those things where you only have so many swings at it. Where
so I also heard they may dive into like his time as Ronin, what he was doing.
I saw that too.
Yeah, so that could be interesting. But yeah, sure. Remember all these characters that aren't doing anything now? We're gonna give them a TV show. Give us all your $7 a month. And then finally, closing out Phase 4, November 5th.
The one that caused the most in terms of announcements.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, last week, news broke, Taika Waititi, Chris Hemsworth coming back. For Thor 4, we have a title, Thor, Love, and Thunder. And I love the logo. It looks like an 80s metal album. So you really get a toe to what they're going for. But yes, the biggest news, they're doing Jane Foster Thor, Mighty Thor run.
Oh, shit.
Natalie Portman back in the MCU after being gone for many years. And I thought she wasn't ever coming back.
Right.
Because it was the Patty Jenkins deal. Patty Jenkins was going to direct Thor to the Dark World or the next one. And then they let her go. And then Natalie Portman's like, I'm out. But apparently there was a deal done in secret 6 months ago after Natalie Portman met with Taika Waititi. She's holding
Makes sense.
the
She was a lot
hammer.
more involved in the press for Endgame.
Oh, she was, even though they used like the kind of recycled
she was at
footage.
all the stuff.
Yes. So maybe she did give a line reading for Endgame, and a voiceover.
Well, the other things you forgot to mention, Chris Hemsworth back.
Chris Hemsworth is back. Valkyrie, Tessa
Valkyrie
Thompson is back. She
as the first
openly gay superhero, LGBTQ, which is crazy.
I
And
thought Icarus was going to be gay.
I don't know. They didn't mention that. I know Makari's deaf. I don't know if Icarus is gay. But he could beat her to that. But Jane Foster as Thor is from the comics based on a Jason Aaron run called The Mighty Thor. And Jason Aaron has been writing Thor for like the last 7 years. And he's really good at it. Like his Thor runs have been really good. If you want to read good Thor comics, go start with his. But wow, this looks like fun. But like you guys were saying earlier, Ruggs, do we think this is going to be like a wacky like body swap thing, or will this be legitimately?
Well, it's weird because in the comics, it's very serious. She's got cancer.
Yes.
She becomes Thor because Thor's disgraced and whatever.
Thor is unworthy, can't wield the hammer. And in the comics, you just meet this girl Thor, this female Thor. You don't know who it is. Eventually, they reveal that it's Jane Foster. And then they reveal that she has cancer and can only fight it off when she's Thor. When she reverts to Jane Foster, she goes back to dying.
When she becomes Thor, she's not Jane Foster anymore. She's a completely different person.
She's the god Thor.
So is Natalie Portman going to be both? Or is there going to be a female Thor?
I don't know. She said she's going to get jacked for the role. So
where'd you see that?
I saw it somewhere. I put it in here because I saw it somewhere.
Natalie Portman's a 5 foot tall person.
Yes.
And then when she becomes Thor, she should, like in the Thor in the comic book, she's like,
she gets bigger. She changes.
Amazonian woman.
Yeah. Well, in the comic
how are they going
books,
to do that? She can work out all she wants.
I mean, in the comic books, she's like emaciated and cancery when she's Jane Foster and different.
Yeah.
But even originally, like with Thor, he was David Blake and he was a different looking guy and he changed into Thor.
I mean, they haven't been doing that.
But they haven't done that in a while. So I don't know. She'll probably play both. It's Natalie Portman. And she's probably only in it.
She's not going to do this movie unless she's playing everything.
Right.
Interesting.
This was the one that caught me most off guard, besides the one we'll talk about later with Blade.
Yeah.
I did not see this coming. I definitely was on the Thor will be in Guardians, but it makes sense now that I think about it. James Gunn's not going to be able to make Guardians for another few years. Let's make another Thor movie while that character's hot.
Yep.
But I'm on board with a female Thor. The only thing my hesitancy is Natalie Portman has had little to no chemistry with Chris Hemsworth in the first two movies. She's kind of been super unmemorable as far as character-wise.
Yeah.
So... she's a good actress. She just hasn't had a lot to do in these movies, so I'm interested yet also cautious on making her now potentially a lead in a film. Not because she's a woman, but more because I just haven't been impressed with her in the MCU.
It's going to come down to the writing, really, because she's a great actress, and hopefully Waititi can give her something meaty.
I am interested though. Like I wasn't the biggest fan of Thor Ragnarok, but I like coming around on it after I recognized that it was creative and they did they did shake up the characters so not everyone anticipates a Thor movie.
Yeah.
So I am interested to see you got Taika Waititi, you got Valkyrie who's now like a major character, you have Thor who's hot as ever.
Yep.
You have a female Thor with a Natalie Portman that wasn't all that impressive. You take all those ingredients and throw them together in Taika's weird style. What's going to come out? That's what I'm intrigued with. What's the product going to be?
It sounds like it's going to be crazy and fun. So Waititi is also doing an animated version of Flash Gordon for Netflix. And he did Flash Gordon. Thor is Flash Gordon. Thor is He-Man. And I want to see more of that world and that style.
I also think I've seen some stuff online about Beta Ray Bill.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. They could bring
not
him
people
in.
just saying I wish it would happen. I think it will happen.
It might
in this
happen.
film.
It's wacky enough in this
I think
movie.
you might see a team of Thors.
Yeah, 4 Thors.
You might.
There's 4 Thors.
It could be interesting, but the fact something lessens it for me now that I know it's a comedy. Because when a comedy has its own rules and it doesn't have to be as good of a film if it's a comedy, it just has to be funny.
Would you consider Ragnarok a comedy? I guess it was.
Yes.
Yeah. So this will be a comedy. Yes.
So that's why it
action
diminishes
comedy.
that film in my eyes.
The only thing about Ragnarok is it is comedy and it wasn't my cup of tea, but I have grown to appreciate it just because there is some underlining serious things. But the only thing is I wish he would have stayed longer with that.
And they make a joke right afterwards.
Afterwards.
But man, stylistically and the music and the world he builds, it's just, you want to see more.
Do you think that, I mean, obviously we're in the minority. Everybody else is just, is fully deep throating for Ragnarok.
Ragnarok? I thought you were going to say female Thor, which would be tough.
No. Taika Waititi has no reason to let his foot off the gas in the comedy department.
Yeah, he's going 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see Korg and Meek back.
It's going to go even more than Thor.
I think so, yeah. I think he's got carte blanche with Marvel.
I think so now. He does.
Because that's what happened with James Gunn. James Gunn hit the perfect balance, and then he went to the next one.
Yeah.
And he went too far for me.
Yeah, the balance
A lot of
is
people
off.
liked it, but I think he went way too far. But so I don't know. I feel like that it has the potential of being too much of a comedy, too much of fodder.
Mm-hmm.
And I will enjoy myself in the theater, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be in my eyes, it's going to be diminished as something I hold really dear because it's easier to do a comedy. You get away with a lot more. You can just kind of shrug off plot points and any kind of thing just because you're going for the joke. So it's just great. You could kill off all of Thor's family and friends and everybody that he knows and not ever have the battle eyelash about them. Then
you just have Korg say a funny line afterwards, and then you go to the next scene.
I could totally see this being a body switch comedy, and Thor being in
that's
Natalie
how they get
Portman's
to
body.
Mighty Thor. But that would
because they always do the joke in the comics or in the TV shows where he switches with a frog.
Yeah, there was Frog Thor,
right?
But would that diminish the fact that this Mighty Thor because she had the whole worthy thing? I don't know. Wait, I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. There's going to be a lot of things hitting people in the head. You notice how lately they love the hitting in the head joke. In Ragnarok, he throws the ball and it bounces back, hits him in the face, and then Far From Home, it hits his head on the bell.
They just poke each other in the eyes.
What the fuck? It's turning into Three Stooges movies sometimes. Lots of fun. People love it.
It's a crutch.
It's a crutch.
Huge crutch.
It's fun, but there needs to be a balance also. But it's the
easy way out.
Yeah, it is the easy way. I love Taika Waititi's sensibility, so I'm excited. So, and then at the very end, Feige kind of verbally mentions a lot of stuff. He goes, look, we don't have time to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or Black Panther 2 or Captain Marvel 3 or the Fantastic Four or the X-Men.
He doesn't say X-Men.
He doesn't say X-Men. He stops at Fantastic Four.
No, he says mutants.
Oh, he says mutants. Okay, so that to me is like a hint of Phase 5, right? And it's something he's saving. And then he's like, oh, we got one more thing. And he brings up Mahershala Ali.
Well, you got to build this up correctly.
Okay.
So before they brought out Mahershala Ali, they handed out 7,000 Black Widow hats.
Everybody got a hat.
And then he's like, we got one more thing. Here's Oscar Award winner Mahershala Ali. He walks out without a hat.
Yeah.
Throws on a hat. The hat says Blade.
Oh, shit.
And Feige after confirmed that Blade is part of Phase 5.
Yeah, so all of those, Mahershala Ali, the new
But
Blade.
I'm interested to hear what you guys think of Mahershala Ali as Blade.
I think it's a fucking sick casting. I think it's amazing.
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor. He's hot. He's the right age. Now, this further proves that the Netflix shows have nothing to do with the MCU
Exactly,
because he was Cottonmouth. But Alfre Woodard also played two characters, one in Netflix and one in a Marvel movie. So I think this is great. It's so exciting. Will it be R-rated? Is my first question. I don't
think so.
I don't think so. It could work PG-13, but the original Blade series being R-rated was so good. But he's great. I think it's great. Great. Rugs?
I'm looking forward to this. I mean, like, if they handle it, if they make a comedy out of this, I'm going to
it's not going to be a comedy.
It's fucking Blade. He's got to kill vampires.
Yes.
He's got to it's got to be a dark and it's got to be like almost rated R. It should be rated
That's
R.
what I'm
I don't
saying.
know.
It needs to be dark.
I don't know if Marvel can do Blade justice. It's going to be like the funny Blade.
Could it be a series on
Disney
Hulu?
Marvel Blade.
But could it be a Hulu series and not a movie?
No, what are you talking about? Hulu? They wouldn't. No way. He confirmed it's a movie.
It's a movie.
I don't know.
Well, the other reason
Marvel doesn't have the stones to make a movie like that Blade needs to be.
Yeah, we'll see when they get to Deadpool what they do, how far they can push it. But
we'll talk about Blade.
But here's why I also love this, because Kevin Feige said Mahershala Ali, after winning his Oscar, called Kevin Feige to pitch Blade. And Feige's like, oh, when he calls you, answer. So he is so invested in this that he is the one who set this on the table. And they were like, yes. So that's pretty awesome. Like, he's invested in this project.
Fun fact for me.
Yes.
I've never actually fully watched all three Blade movies.
Have you watched the first one?
The first two is all you need to watch.
Yeah.
I haven't watched them. If I've watched them fully, I don't remember them. But I hear both of them are really good. So
The third one is so bad, it'll sour you on Blade.
Oh, man.
Because David Goyer blows.
Yeah, Goyer will fuck things up.
Can't direct worth the shit.
The first one is great. Maybe somebody wants to...
There was a lot of rumors online before they casted Mahershala Ali that they were like going to figure out a way to incorporate the original Blade series into Marvel canon.
Well, and Wesley Snipes was like talking to them.
Right.
I mean, they can easily put him in there as a cameo. I have a comment from him later when we get to News from Nation, but there's totally room for him to be like the mentor, to pass the knife, to have a cameo.
I love Mahershala Ali, so I'm in on Blade. And plus, what's interesting about Blade, if they go that route, is they're kind of teasing it with Doctor Strange, but they haven't really gone the monster horror gothic route, and that could be this.
Oh wow, they're giving us everything.
This could open up a pocket of Marvel universe that even I'm not all all familiar with.
And I think
you got Werewolf by Night.
Yes.
Right.
You got Morbius, but you don't have Morbius.
Really.
Well, you kind of. Well, what's his name? Is trying to play Morbius.
Jared Leto.
You got Ghost Rider.
Yes, the Ghost Rider, the Hellstroms, and coming out of Doctor Strange being a horror movie. That does open, man, they're giving you everything. They're giving you the cosmic celestials. They're giving you the horror characters.
You can get Moon Knight in there.
They're giving you the martial arts characters. You could do Moon Knight. This is, that's crazy.
I just want to see fucking Daredevil.
Daredevil proper in the MCU.
I would like to see not even just Daredevil, like a Marvel Knights or Heroes for Hire done correctly any of those things.
There's still, I agree. I would still love to see Punisher, Daredevil, those guys team up, do something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something in Phase 5. Maybe
there's never going to be a legit Punisher where he's fucking killing people like he did in the Marvel series.
Yeah. Yeah,
Never.
Disney would never do that. Disney would never give us a show with that high of a body count.
No.
Holy shit. He killed a lot of people.
Forget it. You're not going to see it.
I mean, you had the fucking Hellcat like caved in dude's face.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's graphic.
What's the most violent thing that we've seen? Can we think?
In the MCU?
Like chopping off Thanos' head? Is that the
That's
most
probably
violent?
the most violent
But it was
thing,
like
yeah.
bloodless. You know, it was clean.
Yeah, it was completely
It
bloody.
wasn't.
It would be that, or Tony Stark, half of his body being burnt after snapping his fingers.
Yeah, maybe.
Or the scene where in Ant-Man where he's blasts the guy and he turns into like a little puddle of like blood goop.
But that,
I mean, I'm stretching.
that's
I'm
like
just- this is what
though, yeah.
this is what we offered.
Yeah.
It's PG-13 Marvel
I know.
Disney. What are you
That's
gonna
what I'm saying is how horror can they go with this Doctor Strange and the
Well,
multiverse
horror
of
doesn't
madness?
necessarily need to be bloody.
No, it's scary. Jump scares.
Yeah, horror. You're thinking about like slasher.
Yeah,
films.
that's a good point.
A lot of the best horror isn't
it's not,
slasher.
Yeah, there's different
Well, like
genres.
in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they turn to dust as soon, so it's completely bloodless.
Yeah.
Right.
But Blade, the movie with Wesley Snipes, there was like blood everywhere.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah. It was fucking like, holy
It's fucking
shit.
awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
I told you
Yeah.
it was.
See, even Anthony agrees. So, yeah, we'll see, man. Let's see how much they can push this PG-13, where, if any, they can give us some more edgier adult content. You know, I think at first I was like, is there more to Phase 4? Because a month from now will be D23, and they just put out a story saying Marvel will have some more. Disney promises exclusive footage, special guest appearances, more announcements from Marvel and Disney overall. There's Marvel Studios Pavilion. So I don't know what more they're hiding for this Hall H or Disney Studios Hall D23 presentation. Saturday, August 24th. That's the big one. And also they're going to do Marvel's 80th anniversary. I do think we see more stuff, that other stuff that he just mentioned at the very end. Can there be more to Phase 4 that they're holding back? What do you guys think?
Well, count the movies.
There's 5 movies, 5 TV shows officially on with dates.
5 per year. I think that's a lot.
No,
I think it's 2 years.
That's over 2 years. So next year,
That's more than enough. I think they do 3 a year, maybe.
so
right?
next year
2
we're
or
only
3.
getting 2 movies, and then the following year 3 movies. Yeah,
What do we get this year? We got
3 movies:
3 Marvel movies.
Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yeah, so maybe there's hiding one.
Yeah, I would agree with Ruggs. I also think, just judging by what Kevin Feige said,
Yeah.
I think he really wants the fans to focus on this new stuff,
Yeah.
and not get wrapped up in Fantastic Four or all those sequels. Like he wants people to be like, let's get excited about this, because if you announce all that other stuff,
Yeah, it'll overshadow
people will be
this,
thinking
yeah.
about all that other stuff.
And you really need to build these new fucking things right. You got to announce them right. And I think they did a great job. Again, overshadowing everything else that happened, which we will get to. So, before we end this segment, give me your most excited for movie project and most excited for TV project out of the 10. Anthony, go.
Well, I kind of spoiled this already,
Yeah,
but
I forgot.
mine
What was it?
would be. It's okay. Mine was Eternals.
Oh, for most excited?
Yeah.
Okay.
For movie, and TV was the What If.
Okay, that's a very interesting choice.
Mine's Eternals / Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi because it's just I'm biased.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
I'm not even Chinese, but I'm taking on the Asian ownership.
I'm 100% Asian, unless you forget.
Yeah, so you should love Eternals. Fuck it.
I love Eternals. I don't. Rug Boy, most excited for out of the TV and the movies.
Can I say nothing?
You can.
No.
You can
Let's see.
absolutely say nothing.
I don't know. I mean, Eternals sounds like at least it could be a Garden to the Galaxy. It could be like a whole new thing that I love. Angelina Jolie as a badass Wonder Woman in her 40s. I don't know. It could be cool. I mean, they did it with Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
You know, they made her badass.
Yeah, in the Underworld movies, right? Underworld? Underwear?
no, he's talking about Hela, bro.
Oh, I was thinking
Come
of
on,
someone
dude.
else.
You're thinking about
Kate
Kate
Beckinsale.
Beckinsale.
Oh yeah,
That was
Celine.
close.
That's fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
great. She's great in that role. She has huge hands to hold guns.
Exactly.
Yeah. She does. Her hands are huge. Kate Beckinsale. Look at them.
Yes, I will. I'll look at them. I'm looking at her butt most of the time. What was I saying?
Most excited, most excited TV show.
Okay, so Eternals, it's got the most surprises in line. TV show. I don't really care about Loki. I don't really care about WandaVision or Hawkeye, so I'm going to have to just by default go with possibly, I don't know if I'm going to go with What If
or Falcon and the Winter
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to go with Falcon and the Winter Soldier because at least they've done action with them before and it's been badass.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Man,
Captain America. There's a lot on the line there.
There is Falcon America. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm most intrigued by this WandaVision going into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Like, I'm looking forward to her.
So those are your two choices?
I think that's what I'm going to pick. It's weird choices, but I really want to see where they go with her with the magic and where they go with the multiverse. The word multiverse just...
So what are you least... What's your least...
Like, I think I already mentioned, as far as movies, it's not least anticipated, but it's Eternals. I want to walk in knowing nothing. So it's a clean slate. But I'm also... Shang-Chi seems interesting. And then as far as TV for least... I don't know. Fuck. I kind of like all of these things.
I like everything.
Yeah. I love
this movie.
It's Phase 4.
I'm least excited about Thor.
Because you know what you're going to get, kind of.
Yeah, it's going to be Taika Waititi going crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to enjoy it when I sit there in the theater and watch it, but I'm probably, it'll come when it comes.
Yeah.
I'm not really, oh my God, I can't wait to see that. And then I think that I think WandaVision is going to, or Loki. I think I'm even more not wanting to watch Loki. Even though everybody loves Loki, I feel like I don't want to watch a show about it.
No. I had it with the Loki.
I've seen enough of him.
This is it's a crazy next 2 years, crazy set of characters. It's very cool. And then to top it off, almost like they planned this shit, San Diego Comic-Con ends and the news report comes out. Avengers Endgame passes Avatar to become...
No, they announced that at Comic-Con.
Oh, they did it at
Disney
Comic-Con.
They all those tickets.
Dude, they totally fugging rigged this shit together.
They started it off by saying thank you, but after this weekend...
Biggest movie in movie history. Wow.
Well, they started it by saying thank you to everyone. After this weekend, Avatar Endgame will be the biggest grossing movie.
I guarantee you that Disney bought its own tickets.
They must have bought like the last 5. They're like, we just need 5 more tickets to put us over the board.
They were short $2 million.
So Avatar.
So they think like, let me just buy it.
I'm just gonna buy this a couple of theaters.
Yeah.
It needed $500,000 to beat it. It is now at $2.79 billion to Avatar's $2.7897 billion. Holy crap. Not only that, Spider-Man Far From Home, very close to making $1 billion.
Very close.
975 million.
Oh, shit.
On
worldwide.
July 23rd?
Yes, as of July 22nd.
Oh, 22nd, correct.
So that means the 3 movies Marvel put out this year made them over $4 billion.
Oh, shit.
Think about that.
It's not too bad to be Marvel.
Think about that. You can't stop them. Jesus.
How much do you think they spent on the movies? About $2 billion?
Probably.
Maybe like $1 billion, $1.5 billion.
They're making their money back. Look,
let's say every movie is 3 movies, $300 million each.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's $1 billion.
Yeah.
And then you have to double the budget. So that's $2 billion.
And they made over 4 easily. Maybe even close to 5.
They made $2 billion.
So out of this $4 billion investment Disney paid for Marvel, they have made about $18 billion off of it, if you're talking overall. So it's more than quadrupled their fucking what they paid for it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's worth more than it ever was.
Yes. There's no stopping them, man. And everything else at Comic-Con.
Merchandise, all that shit.
Yes, they're a fucking beast.
They're just printing money.
They're going to own all of us. They're going to own our lives. They already do. Look, let's take a break.
Own me, I'll tell you that.
Play some promos. When we come back, we'll talk about all the shit that got overshadowed by the MCU. There's a couple of fun things right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
In a world of heroes, villains, 6 British actors will come together to play Pathfinder. It's sort of like D&D, but also really not like D&D. Join Falter.
I be the leader, can I have this decision?
Karagor.
Oh, I see you, Kenneth.
Velda.
Behold my arcane powers!
Brothers.
Shania.
Yes, of Trexicus.
M.
No, kill him.
And the Dancing Master for an actual play podcast that takes adventure seriously. Available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and from DangerClubPodcast.com. Danger Club, let's roll. God, doing that voice hurts.
Hi guys, I'm Dean,
And I'm Daniel,
and we're from the IMDb Journey podcast.
where we break down every movie from the top 250 list, giving our own thoughts and reviews and any general discussion along the way.
But when we're not doing that, we also battle other podcasts in various movie-related games of trivia and drafts.
We also give quick reviews about every other film we've watched as well.
Yeah, here we're quite good too.
Yeah, if you guys don't believe us, why don't you listen to these genuine testimonies?
Oh, hey guys, you guys are really good. I love your chemistry.
Oh, hey, brew, it's this is a good podcast, yo. Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, love the banter, guys. Keep it up.
IMDb Journey is one of my favorite podcasts of all time. Fantastic testimonies.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely genuine and real. And if you want to give a genuine testimony as well, go ahead and search for IMDb Journey. You can find us on all your favourite podcast sites, including iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify.
So come along and join our journey.
Listener, join our fun fan club. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon. And you can give back, you can support the show, and you get swag, you get stickers, you get t-shirts, you get access to a bonus RSS feed, an exclusive RSS feed with bonus content, early access to all the episodes of the spinoff show of this show, instant reactions, Jock Talk, sports content. Super thanks to patron and listener Brian Goff for increasing his Patreon support today.
Jock and Nerd.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
You are the best. Everyone be like Brian, jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Let me just say one quick thing. Spinoff show on hiatus this week. We'll be back.
Oh, it'll be back, all right.
Week.
Coming back. Don't worry, spinoff show fans. Are there fans? There's fans.
Less.
Sure.
There's less fans. But yes, there's fans.
I always can't wait to see who you're talking to and what you're talking about, so it's fun.
It's anything.
It could be anything and always usually is. All right, back to San Diego Comic-Con news. Here's other stuff that happened.
Here's the other stuff.
Here's the other stuff that maybe you care about. Some of the shit even I don't care about. We'll fly through this. I'll throw it out there. Let me know if you have thoughts. Kevin Smith's Jay and Smith Silent Bob reboot put out a trailer.
Smith?
Jay and Smith. No, Jay and Silent Bob. Kevin Smith, Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Oh. Sorry, ignore that. Trailer.
Jeez, what's with you and all the random sounds?
I'm just a fucking train wreck over here. It's not having a good tech day.
No.
I didn't put it on mute, and then I unmuted it. Whatever. Anyways, I love Kevin Smith. This trailer came out early. I love Clerks. I've always loved Clerks. I love the first Jay and Silent Bob. I love his podcast. I feel like I want to be Kevin Smith. Like, there's a lot of similarities. We have a lot of the same opinions. We love everything.
Right.
That being said, I don't know about this movie, man. Me
neither.
This
is all you guys. I'm just going to sit back.
Look,
listen.
a crazy cast. You got Brody back. Who played Brody? Fucking Jason Lee. Kevin Smith's daughter. Joe Manganiello's in this. His daughter Harley Quinn's in this. Craig Robinson. And they're doing the thing where the first movie they were mad that someone was making a movie of their superhero Blunt Man. This time, someone is rebooting Blunt Man, and they got to go stop it. Shannon Elizabeth is back. But I don't know. We have a J Muse clip for the show. I love these guys, but this seems like weird and dated and just, I don't know.
I feel like in this current climate where, like, that destroys any kind of, like, edgy comedy and thought-provoking comedy, which was what Kevin Smith did.
Yeah, he was edgy, offensive humor. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he did a movie about, the Bible.
Right, Dogma, yeah.
Yeah, and Christians and like ripping them to shreds. And you could probably still get away with that now because it's okay to fuck with Christians and stuff, but I don't know. I just think that it's going to be probably a softball version of Jay and Silent Bob.
Not as edgy.
They're going to try and apologize for all the stuff that they said in the past.
Ben Affleck's in it. There's a whole Iron Man bit.
Like, think about how many times they've made slurs against all kinds of people in that. He made a movie about a dude who's trying to take a lesbian and make her straight again.
Chasing Amy. Chasing Amy. And honestly, I haven't watched Tusk or Yoga Hosers or any of his recent stuff.
So this is his apology movie.
But Redman and Method Man are in this.
Yeah, okay.
Getting high.
Listen, if I go to the theater and they double down on everything that they've done, which they're not going to do, because Kevin Smith doesn't even review things because he feels like he's going to hurt somebody that he knows his feelings, right? He doesn't tell his real opinions on movies. He loves everything, just like you. So,
I mean, that is his real opinion.
So, I don't know if he can actually make a biting, no holds barred movie like he used to.
Yeah.
Like the anger and the angst is not there. He's
that's kind of a good point. You know, he loves what he's doing with his life right now. He loves he does tons of podcasts.
He's in a good place. I don't think he's got that anger. I think he wants to. I'm telling you, this is going to be the movie that tries to undo all of his past sins.
Interesting, because
it'll be interesting to see. I'm gonna go and watch it, but
he doesn't have to prove himself anymore. He's literally can do whatever he wants now.
Right.
Which he's done with Tusk and Yoga Hosers, and admittedly, I guess those are real weird movies.
Right. It's not rock and roll to me anymore.
Yeah,
he was rock and roll at one point.
Right, what used to be edgy and
he's not rock and roll anymore.
And
Quentin Tarantino's still rock and roll.
Tarantino, this
he told somebody to shut the fuck up when they tried to say that Margot Robbie should have had a bigger part. He's just like, I just completely disagree with you. How about that,
fuck
asshole?
You. It's my movie.
Yeah,
make your own goddamn movie.
Like, I make a movie. I make whoever wants to have the big part to have the big part.
I know.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Steve Morrison of Lisa and Steve Morrison is very excited for this, and I should have been too because I love the Kevin Smith, but I'll just listen to his podcast. I'll watch this when it comes out. I'll see if he's, how if he's softened. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they're gonna make dick jokes and fart jokes,
right? Which is always good, and that's always.
And that was basically 40% of what he did.
Well, what do you think of he's lost a lot of weight? What do you think about how he looks in this movie?
I think he looks fine. He looks like he should.
I think there's that thing where fat people are funnier when they're fat, and then when they're not fat, they're not fun. I mean, it sucks, but
I mean, a lot of them, the jokes were just Jay calling him Tubba Lard.
That's true.
Shit.
He didn't actually talk, so you could still do that. So Jay will have to be like, you former Tubba Lard. He can't call him Tubba Lard anymore.
We'll see. He's probably going to call him Tubby.
The connection to the show, the fact that we have Jay Muse saying you're listening to the Jock and Nerd podcast. I feel like I have to support this. They're
I'm going to support it because I've always been a Kevin Smith fan, but I'm very dubious and very
it didn't blow me away. Yeah.
I'm expecting the worst.
Yes, it didn't completely sell me. Maybe another trailer will. Next trailer, It Chapter 2. Anybody watch this one? I put it in here.
I watched the first It.
Yes.
The trailer looks like it's got the grown-up people. The cast is cool.
It looks good.
So, I mean, if it's more of the same with just a different cast of better actors than those kids.
McAvoy, Bill Hader, you got Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, all good actors. So
I haven't seen the first It. This is the second trailer though for It 2 that I've seen.
That first trailer was awesome.
The first trailer is fucking crazy. This one isn't as scary.
Yeah,
but
this is more of the
This
plot.
looks good.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of scary movies, so I don't think I'll ever watch it.
It might be scarier because the young kids were involved. And when kids and horror, that's always a nice juxtaposition.
It works well. Poltergeist, Stranger Things, that's what you do. But
we'll see what happens.
Skarsgård as Pennywise just looks fucking frightening and amazing.
The music.
I didn't think I would like it, but
great.
I do.
Yeah. No, these movies are huge, very popular, and they're very good. Okay, then there was a Terminator Dark Fate panel where you had Linda Hamilton, first time at San Diego, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Did you see Eddie Furlong? You're burying the lead.
I know.
Here.
What's the lead, Ruggs?
Eddie Furlong is back to John Connor.
Holy shit, this is what I wasn't sure of. And then when they revealed that, I was like...
Did you see him, though?
No. Yeah, I don't think he was there because...
Did anybody see what he looks like?
No, because what happened was James Cameron, via satellite from filming Avatar, just mentioned Eddie Furlong is back, as a throwaway line. He wasn't actually there.
Everyone from the OG is back.
Holy shit, the three of them. But if you look up photos of Eddie Furlong, we'll get into Eddie, what he's been doing in a minute.
Oh, shit. I just did.
It's a little crazy. But they showed the trailer, a new trailer for fans. It'll probably get released soon. The movie is officially rated R, which I'll give him points for that because a Terminator movie, just like Aliens, Predator, should be rated R. Arnold is playing the T-800, who has decided to stay there and try to live as a normal life, and his name is Carl.
Oh, shit.
Carl.
The new one?
Yeah. Yes. Arnold in this movie.
I thought you meant the new T-800 as in. No, this is not. A different Terminator.
No, this
it's
is
Carl.
The Carl is the name of the Terminator. The T-800 Arnold Schwarzenegger is playing, which I don't understand where he came from. If you're following directly after Terminator 2.
Well, maybe they go back in time and
send him
save
back
him.
again. Right. Oh, okay. And then, the biggest reveal, Eddie Furlong back as John
I don't know.
Connor.
If James Cameron has anything to do with this, he's captured Edward Furlong and put him on a Peloton bike.
Yes.
And tied his feet
Get
to
this
it.
fucker in shape.
Yeah. And just started pumping him full of
So
steroids.
Cameron said he came back to produce because Arnold was involved, and Arnold said he came back because Cameron's involved. So he's going to be heavily involved.
Wasn't Arnold involved in the last 2 or 3?
Yeah, and Cameron...
and Cameron said... Wasn't Cameron the one that said the last one was awesome?
He was fully behind Genesis.
Here's the thing,
and
though.
lying. Yeah.
They've fooled me now 3 times with Terminator,
they fool you again with Terminator.
Guess what?
Yeah.
I heard the news Eddie Furlong is back.
Yes.
The little kid in me goes, I'm back, baby.
Yes.
I'm in. I love Terminator 2. If we're bringing back the Eddie Furlong and Arnie and what's her name? Sarah Hamilton?
Sarah Connor.
Linda Hamilton.
Linda
Jesus
Hamilton
Christ.
and Sarah Connor, yes.
You know what? I'm back, baby.
This is 1992 again.
Terminator is back.
Oh, so you're on board
I'm
now.
on board.
So,
they fooled me through. I remember the last time we talked about this, I was shitting all over it.
Yeah.
Now I'm back.
But just all it took was Eddie Furlong.
It's going to be terrible, but we're all hoping that it's not.
Yes.
We're just all hoping that I don't think it can be the movie. From what I've seen, it's not the movie that just because that they have this whole other storyline with this other girl.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably not going to be the movie that we want to see. The movie that we want to see is no movie.
Yeah,
there is no more.
There's no more movies being made. That's the movie that we all want to see.
The story's over.
Yeah, but they're doing it. They got all these guys. They they got them out of bed. They made them take a Geritol,
take a shower,
Eddie Furlong looking
put some baby powder on.
They got them out of rehab.
So concerning the time, they also talked about
can they age them? Can they age at least Eddie Furlong back 20 years,
age
25 years?
Yeah, they might need some de-aging.
Hey, listen, Sarah Connor. The last time I saw her, she looked horrid.
Linda Hamilton, you mean? Or?
Yes, Sarah Connor. Linda, and the way that they presented her. The way that they presented her in this movie, she looks like more badass than I thought she would.
That's true.
She's badass in T2, man, and she looks
that
badass.
That movie was 27 years ago?
1991. Yes.
What was she in that I saw her in, and I was just like, "Whoa,
isn't that crazy?"
Linda Hamilton. Let's see.
Well, she was in Beauty and the Beast back in the day in her prime.
He's talking about what he's recently.
I saw her in something.
I don't know. She's probably some cable TV show.
I think it was a cable TV show.
Defiance.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
she was in Defiance, and she looked horrible.
She looks pretty good. Look,
yeah. I mean, I don't have much to say other than I'm back because Eddie Furlong is back.
Eddie Furlong is what it took. I'm excited for the continuation.
Has he been in movies since American History X?
Yes. Here's what Eddie Furlong's been up to. He did Pet Sematary 2 in 92 after Terminator. The big one was American History X, Detroit Rock City. He was also in that. And then he's done a lot of movies that you have not heard of, some TV. And then there's also been some domestic abuse in there. So he's been in and out of jail in the early 2000s.
Let's just cover all that up.
Yes. Let's forget about all that. That he was a theme
Someone brings that up, they'll take him out of the movie real quick.
Yeah, early 2000s, he was starting to get accused of domestic violence by his estranged wife, got a restraining order. He was arrested multiple times, suspicion of both felony, misdemeanor, domestic abuse, 2012, 2013.
She alleges in court documents that their baby son tested positive for cocaine.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
And if you Google his picture, there's a couple of them where he looks like a mess. He looks like he got out of drug rehab. So, I don't know if he's got his shit together now.
I don't think this is the movie that revives him.
No, you don't think this is the big...
I think he thinks so.
This isn't the Pulp Fiction
I think
John
everyone hopes
Travolta
so, right?
moment for Eddie Furlong. God.
Maybe a Robert Downey Jr. movement?
Yeah, the Robert Downey Jr. Exactly.
How old is he?
He is, he's 1 year older.
41 years old.
Yeah. Oh, he's 1 year younger.
Fuck, he's old.
Wow.
I just
Really?
remember.
He's 41?
Yeah, he was born in 77. He's 1 year younger than
All right, that's a picture of Linda Hamilton in Defiance.
How bad
She does not
does
look
she
bad
look?
at-
Oh, my God. Okay.
She doesn't look like a bad.
Oh, that's Linda Hamilton?
Yeah.
She looks totally different. That's not her. That's like her twin sister. Wow. She looks totally different there.
I just saw her in that.
Yeah.
So you know that James Cameron had something to do with that.
Well, they were married.
Yeah,
for
he
many
showed up
years.
and we're like, listen,
Yeah.
we're going to get you looking like so you could kick some ass.
So Eddie Furlong is in Dark Fate.
Yes. How long he's going to be in this movie, whether he dies right away, I don't know. But as John Connor, as a 40-year-old John Connor.
The thing I read that does make sense is every movie, if they go back into the past, it changes the future. So they can literally just retcon all the bad movies by going back into the past.
Well, this is what they talk about in the Terminator universe. There's only one timeline. If you change something in the past, rolls forward, changes something in the future. So he said this will go back to the consequences of destroying Cyberdyne to begin with. Still, it's always about the consequences of destroying Cyberdyne unit systems.
Yeah, I mean, they've been going back to the well of a sequel to Part 2 for a bit now.
I need Uzi 9mm.
Give me all your clothes.
Give me all clothes.
I'm back.
All right. If Eddie Furlong's got Anthony back, that's great. I want a good Terminator movie.
Fat Eddie Furlong.
Yeah. Actually, the best line was Jose Ibarra on our Facebook group. He wins. He said he's going to be the fat Thor of this movie. I was like, you nailed it. That is the line of the week.
Great.
That's exactly.
You're going to just roll with him?
Just roll him around.
What are the chances they could make Eddie Furlong cool?
Maybe we'll get a cool Terminator
Do you think
movie.
that's the bet that I'm trying to
Probably
roll?
not.
Like, when we see a picture of Eddie Furlong in this movie, are we going to be like, oh shit, he got his shit together?
I don't
Imran,
know.
how old are you in, 92?
I was maybe like 15.
91, you're 15. So when you saw Eddie Furlong in that movie, did you think he was a cool character? Was that cool back then?
He kind of. I was like this. So I'm literally a year
with the long bangs,
younger
but like
than
to
him.
the side.
Yes, he was the cool street kid. Here's
That's
the
cool.
thing about him. He was
Cameron, everybody's cool.
I thought he was a badass because like he talked back to his fucking mom, his parental units, and
went to play video games.
he
Rode a little
rode a
bike.
dirt bike.
He rode a
Yeah.
dirt bike, but he wasn't even an actor. They literally found him like at a pool and just said that you're gonna be. So I don't even think he wanted this life. They just like by looks, they were like, that's who we need, and they got him in the movie. Who's going to say no to doing a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
He is such early 90s. It's incredible.
It is early 90s cool. Absolutely. Yes. I wish I had a dirt bike. That was always cool.
I don't know if he's going to be as
rode
cool
around
now.
with Danny Cooksey on his
Danny
back.
Cooksey, Budnick from Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah.
He's on a trajectory to be. I mean, he's on the path to really uncool. So hopefully this helps him out.
God, yes. I hope he can get his shit
Like not
together.
only domestic violence, but just how he looks.
Eddie Furlong, this clip is for you.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit. So it's together.
Bitches.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
This is your shot.
This is your shot to come back. This is your John Travolta Pulp Fiction moment.
We'll give you one
You
shot,
got one
dude.
shot. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Next trailer I thought was kind of cool was the trailer for Star Trek Picard.
I got a huge geek boner
Did you
for Star
really?
Trek
This
Picard.
is the series picking up with Picard now, and Data is in it, and Jonathan Frakes, and Deanna Troi, and Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9. Holy shit.
All of these old fucks, I will watch them. Because Star Trek is not about, like, action and shit, really. It's really about, like, acting a lot of the time. It's about, like, telling a story through like your actions and how you react to things and situations, and keeping a cool head and always trusting in people, and that's what Star Trek's all about.
Especially the Next Generation, it was very
cerebral.
Yeah, it was very smart, very not much action. So, and Patrick Stewart, I mean, he looks older, but he looks
the dude is like ancient, but like he's still fucking Patrick Stewart. He still has that gravitas. He still has that like ability to like even make you feel like, even when he says something like, this fucking guy is so wise.
Yeah, he shows up and he's still fucking Picard. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's like a Borg square ship in here, so maybe the Borg are in this. But Jerry Ryan, I always had a huge crush on her.
Yeah.
7 of 9. Hottest. Was she a Borg? What was 7 of 9? Robot?
She was half Borg.
Half Borg. Oh my God, sexiest half Borg ever.
But
she's a sexy
how
alien
old is she now?
in Battlestar Galactica, the blonde. She was a sexy alien.
How old is Jerry Ryan?
Jerry Ryan.
She older?
Oh, she was hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she was married to an Illinois congressman, and there was like a whole scandal or some shit. I don't know. She looked good in the thing. She's not as old as Linda Hamilton, that's for sure.
Is she 50? Or is she 40 something?
Sure. Jerry Ryan is 51.
Holy shitballs.
51, but you know what? She still looks good.
Interesting.
Okay, now rolling into a bunch.
You know who still looks good that's old?
Who's that?
Selma Hayek on stage. Looked pretty
Oh,
good.
she did look amazing.
She's 52 years old.
She's 52.
Yeah, 51 or
Wow.
52, yeah.
Oh, 52.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She looked pretty good. Angelina Jolie is still pretty attractive too, I thought.
Yeah, but she's young. She's like
she's
your
in
age.
the she's 40s,
she's in
right?
the 40s, early 40s.
Selma Hayek is in the 50s now. Yeah, she looked good.
Sorry. I'm talking about old hot women.
Yeah.
That's a good subject.
They're
Not
out
Linda
there.
Hamilton. You remember in
Linda Hamilton,
King Kong 2, Linda Hamilton shows her boobs.
Oh, she does?
Yeah. King Kong lives or escapes.
In Terminator, she
Or maybe,
shows her boobs.
that's Terminators. And King Kong 2.
In the first Terminator, she shows her boobs, yes.
And King Kong 2, yeah.
And King Kong. huh?
Whatever it's called, escapes or lives or whatever. The second one of the remakes. The second one, it was the sequel to the remake from the 70s.
With the Jeff Bridges?
With the female King Kong.
Oh, I don't even know.
I never even saw that
know
movie.
about
Dude,
this
that
movie.
movie's awful. But it's also
I didn't
very
know
entertaining. There's a baby King Kong in
There's
it.
a female King Kong and a baby King Kong? Jesus.
Linda Hamilton is in it.
Yes.
I've seen it multiple times. I rented it.
It's worth it for her boobs
my God.
alone.
I loved
I'm curious
giant
to
monster
see it.
movies.
Yeah.
Curious to see it, but I know it's going to be terrible.
Kong he gets resuscitated because they give him a heart transplant. It's a mechanical heart.
Oh, shit. It's a giant
And
mechanical
he's
heart.
Mechanicon?
Yeah, kind of.
It's
But he's
Mecha-Kong.
still a regular King Kong just with a mechanical heart.
He's Cyberkong.
They
And then he's
did him like
against
Dick
the
Cheney.
military. Yeah, it's an interesting movie.
I had no idea this movie exists. That's
Yeah,
deep.
man.
That's a deep Kong
King
cut.
Kong Lives, released in 1986.
86. King Kong Lives. No.
How shitty is that movie?
No.
I almost want to punish myself and watch.
Dude, watch. I think it's one of the worst rated movies. It's a 0 on
We
Rotten
might
Tomatoes.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God. Should I watch that?
How bad? We might have to do
Oh,
a what the
God.
fuck
It was
happens on
nominated for a
King Kong.
Razzie Award of Worst Visual Effects.
Oh, is it
It's a real piece of shit.
worse than
It's really
Power?
bad,
worse
but
than Power Rangers?
As a kid,
Yeah.
I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but you like Power Rangers. And that was a
Exactly.
fucking... I couldn't watch that.
I also liked that as a kid.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
There's one part in the movie where I don't know how he got on this, but it gets like super violent. There's these like backwoods hicks that are like torturing him or like making fun of him. So he like takes one and rips him in half on screen.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
it gets
fuck
real
you,
fucking.
man.
It's a PG-13 movie? Damn.
No, it's not PG.
It's PG-13. King
Is
Kong
it?
movie? Yeah.
Yeah, but 80s PG-13 is
Yes,
like a
like
R
Howard the
rating.
Duck is a kid's movie. It's not a kid's movie, but that's
Yeah.
supposed to be a
Okay.
kid's movie. Wow.
All right, so we talked about Star
Okay,
Trek.
Linda Hamilton. Anyways,
But
back to
King Kong Lives.
King Kong
Now
Lives
this.
has nothing to do with San Diego. Here's a bunch of trailers that are all kind of vying to be the next Game of Thrones for Netflix or HBO or whoever. Some of them I like. Some of them I was like, let's start with Henry Cavill as The Witcher on Netflix.
Have you ever played the game?
I have not.
The
I
Witcher?
know this is based off a game and a series of books.
It's actually, books, and then the books got translated to a game.
So this is going to be
and now
based on the
they're
books.
making a movie.
But they
make it a series. Sorry.
Dude, the fantasy, the costumes, the action in this looks pretty dope. Like this is. I will check this out on Netflix. It looks cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
I didn't see
What
the trailer.
happens?
Sorry.
You got Henry Cavill in a white with some white, long, flowing hair
Netflix
and a sword. It's very Game of Thrones.
This is what you do here. You try and compare two like things together.
Yeah.
You got Game of Thrones, and then you got this, right? They're two like things, but I think when Game of Thrones first came out, the budget wasn't quite there.
Right.
I mean, they didn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
So, but eventually it became something. So this could become something great.
No, I think after if you had only seen,
I think right now looking at it, it looks a little chintzy to me.
I don't know. There's a cool spider creature coming out of the bottom.
Yeah, that looks okay.
But even Game of Thrones, if you think about it, if you just watched the first season and you didn't have the other seasons, you wouldn't really think like, oh, this show is going to be huge. Like,
well,
I don't think you would have been able to guess that at the time.
Yeah,
unless you read the books.
But now that we're in this world where we have, I'm going to jump right to Westworld season 3.
Yes, let's talk about Westworld season 3.
Looks so fucking epic.
Yes,
I love Westworld. The last season was kind of like weird, and it kind of like took it a couple of steps back. But this looks like it can bring it right up back because like the whole entire thing of Westworld, it takes place inside Westworld. And now we're outside of Westworld, and that's fucking interesting.
The hosts have become sentient. They've escaped.
And now you're in this futuristic world, which is like giving me, like, I love futuristic shit. I love futuristic sci-fi. I love.
But at the same time, they are in World War II Germany for some reason.
Yeah, there's definitely they're hopping to different worlds.
What the fuck is going on? But you have Aaron Paul, Jesse Pinkman in this, and the trailer is super confusing. But I guess that's what you're saying is what's happening is. Dolores and the hosts are out in May, and they got to go and find them. And Jeffrey Wright's character,
it could be interesting.
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to take a show to a whole different level.
So, we're
out of that part.
This is where you start to see a show, third season, that it's going to be bigger than it is. You know, could this
is going to be the make or break season of it
for Westworld?
This could either take it to like Game of Thrones level. Or it could completely fizzle out and like it's done. Like this could end at this season. This could be the last season if it doesn't do well.
If it doesn't do well, interesting. It's a pretty crazy trailer. Could this be the next Game of Thrones? HBO also has another fantasy show coming out called His Dark Materials.
It's about a guy hiding his porn.
Well, is that what it is? I think so.
I don't know.
Anybody seen my penthouse letters for him?
You don't have to hide your porn anymore.
Based on fantasy books, you got James McAvoy, Daphne Keane, who played X-23.
This does nothing
in the
for
movie.
me.
And then there's a polar bear with armor. I'll agree, Rugs.
It's the Golden Compass. It's a movie that I saw that I thought sucked.
It's like Chronicles of Narnia, Golden Compass kind of thing.
Yeah.
The fucking polar bear with armor was like the only cool thing. It comes in at the end. But this is another one where I feel like you have to spend a lot of time with these characters. I don't know.
I don't see it being high on my list of things to watch.
Then what about this one? We got our first trailer for Watchmen.
I saw this.
Yes, based on Watchmen.
Where is this? Is this like after? Is it in?
I think this
what's
is
the timeline?
Present.
This is like years after that whole thing happened.
Because Jeremy Irons is an older Ozymandias.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yes,
so you were wrong, Imran.
What? Wait.
Oh, it's present time like now?
Now. It's after the movie.
It takes place in 1985, the original Watchmen, right?
I felt like there were some references to like still 80s stuff I saw in there.
Well, there seems to be like flashbacks to the Minutemen.
It could be a flashback.
Yeah.
No, but the rest of it seems contemporary if you look at the costumes and the sets. The Rorschach is definitely dead.
Let me jump in here since I didn't say anything for the last couple because I didn't watch the trailers.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Way to be prepared.
Right? I watched it on like Birth Movies Death, which is a site I like, and they were all over the moon for it. I wasn't all that like crazy about it, but I am a little bit intrigued. I'm not intrigued enough though to buy HBO just yet. So it's one of those where you guys would have to be like, this is really fucking good for me to come back.
I would rather that you watch Westworld than
Watchmen. That's still HBO.
Yeah. It's still HBO.
Westworld is crazy.
But Westworld's crazier. Watchmen that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Listen, we don't know. I can't really give you a hard recommend on Westworld yet because this third season could either make it terrible or to make it great.
Right.
Like this is the like the show is on the cusp of being great. Like it could go really bad. So I gotta wait and see what happens. But Westworld's definitely one to watch. But Watchmen, I don't know.
I'm not really
if I'm
sure.
even interested in it.
I'm not really sure what this is about still, even after watching the trailer. Like, I don't
want to watch a bunch of hicks wearing Rorschach masks. I don't want to watch a cop with a mustache who covers his face with a mirror mask.
Well, I like that. I like how they explained the yellow masks in the trailer. What did they say? They were like
the cops are taking the law into their own hands, right? And then they're using the yellow masks to hide their identity.
Well, yeah, so that they won't be targeted afterwards.
Right.
So they the cops become kind of mask vigilantes.
What they'd have to do to make it interesting for me is what made, at least from my opinion, what made Watchmen interesting was not necessarily all the how they looked or what their character was like, but more or less like the deeper themes that they explore. So if they can take like some modern stuff that's going on in society now and incorporate it into that universe, then that might be a little bit more interesting.
I mean, you have mentions of Dr. Manhattan. You see the fucking owl ship is in there. Nash Bridges is in this.
There is a night owl in there.
Yeah.
There for a brief second you see
in the
him.
costume.
And it seems like they're holding back on the Dr. Like eventually he'll be revealed.
Oh,
yeah. It seemed like there are a few he's
At
on
the
Mars.
End, he picks up the mask.
Yeah,
I think it's Dr.
I like the Nixon statue. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect. It's Damon Lindelof who gave us Lost.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You love Lost.
So, yeah. Wow.
Not so
you
much.
love how
very
it ended.
skeptical.
So I'm skeptical. But
I'm really skeptical.
So out of these, one of those, it could be West. One of these is going to be the next big thing, I feel. But for HBO, I don't know what their next Game of Thrones for them, what they think it is. Possibly Westworld. Looks like a lot of money went into season 3 and these other shows. So, and there was a Harley Quinn trailer for the DCU app, whatever. She's swearing. Batman's in it. It's coming out soon. I'll watch it. This is a cartoon. Swearing cartoon. Other things. If anybody's still watching The Walking Dead out there.
No.
Season 10.
Oh, shit.
Will start October 6th. Denai Guerrero Michonne is leaving the show. The Rick Grimes movies will be shown in the theaters.
Oh, shit.
Not on TV. Fear the Walking Dead renewed for season 6, and then they announced the cast of yet another spin-off show that follows kids like growing up in the zombie world and what that's like. But I don't know. I'm still watching. I don't care to. The DVR is still set. So
you still watch it?
It gets recorded and then I watch it. I don't watch Fear the Walking Dead. I'll watch
God damn
The Walking Dead, but nobody that you used to like is on the show anymore. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we talked about this last week, ends with the season 7 next year. Tiddens will be back for season 2, September 6th on the DCU app.
All right.
This team in season 2 will be Robin, Aqualad, Wonder Girl, Hawk and Dove. And then they had looks at Superboy and Crypto and a Deathstroke. And you have Jorah Mormont, Ian Glenn from Game of Thrones, playing Bruce Wayne.
Tiddens.
In Tiddens.
You just like saying Tiddens.
I like saying Tiddens. Doom Patrol Season 2 also coming back. And this one will be on HBO Max and the DC Universe app. So it sounds like the DC Universe app is not going anywhere and things will be released on both platforms until they decide to kill the DC Universe app.
I was going to say, or they phase it into HBO Max.
That's
or whatever, or the WB one, sorry. HBO Max.
That's what it's called. HBO. You weren't here. We went over this. Oh, no, you were here for that one.
Is that what it's called?
HBO Max.
I forgot already.
And it's really, the more I think about it, it's surprising how HBO is letting them dilute their name for this streaming service. They're putting everything, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Friends is now going to be in HBO.
They feel like HBO is the strongest brand out of anything they could have titled it.
I feel like they're diluting the name a little, though, because you start putting shitty
what do you
things in
think
there.
of when you think of Warner Brothers? You think about comic book movies and Bugs Bunny.
A lot of things.
I think the first thing I thought it was Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, Looney Tunes and the movies.
Six Flags.
But it's really HBO Max. I don't know.
When you think about HBO, you think about movies, though, not TV.
Yeah.
Well, some TV.
No, there's a lot of good.
Sopranos.
You think of TV.
Game of Thrones.
But prestige, high-end TV. Now, if you're putting all sorts of shit and calling it HBO something, does it dilute the brand? I don't know. Moving on.
Your ass is diluted.
Oh, I love my ass being what?
Yeah.
Being diluted.
Lame.
Yeah, it's lame.
You're lame.
CW, Arrowverse. Anybody watching these shows anymore? No?
No.
Didn't think so.
We talked about this last week with
I know.
the girl.
Yes. So
Alex.
This
we said we don't watch
here's
these.
the craziest thing. They put out new season trailers for all the show, and the first time I didn't even care. I was like, whatever.
Oh, I did see one thing that I liked.
Yes, there is
which you
one.
mentioned.
Yes, there's a couple
Or
of
not
interesting
liked,
things.
but the crossover.
Crisis on Infinite Earths in November.
Brandon Routh as Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah, Brandon Routh set to play a Superman, possibly the Kingdom Come older Superman, as well as having Tyler Hoechlin Superman there also.
And then Burt Ward.
Yes, Burt
Batman
Ward.
66 Robin in it.
Yes, Burt
Unnecessary.
Ward. Is
What the fuck?
So this is they're going to do a
Can they
thing.
put him in the Robin costume?
I hope will
they
it fit?
do.
If that would be funny.
Fucking Burt Ward, who had so much sex in that Robin costume in the 60s, wrote a book about all the girls he was banging as Robin. Because
Like the
apparently,
was unnecessary.
yeah, no, because they have, the 90s Barry Allen Flash. They're going to pull all these people. Like, do you think they're tying Brandon Routh, Superman Returns, Christopher Reeves, all these things into this? Or it's just going to be like, oh,
They should.
It's just
go goofball.
It doesn't
on
even
it.
matter.
No, it doesn't
That's
matter.
how.
CW.
That's how the WB and the CW and all that shit is completely pointless.
They just throw it in
It
there.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Whatever, you can do anything.
Yeah.
It won't matter.
Especially with these crossovers.
They're
just do
actually for the people that complain about Marvel being watering down their stuff with race changes and all the stuff they do. DCWB, as Rugg said, really doesn't give a fuck.
Yes.
They don't do it. They do whatever the hell they want.
They just feel like doing it and they do it. It doesn't matter if anybody likes it.
No, it doesn't
matter if anybody wants it. They just do it.
They can have
I mean,
fun.
they take every character in all their TV shows.
Yeah.
And I was a supporter of their shows before. They literally take every character in all their TV shows and make them some sort of superhero, tangentially connected to some superhero that is in the comics.
Yes.
But it has nothing to do with really who they are.
It's kind of like you get a kid who's never seen anything before. Like they've come out of like Siberia or something. And then you put him in a toy store and say, play with the toys however you want. And he's got a Barbie in one hand, and he's got whatever in the other hand, and he's just making up his own shit.
That's why.
And that's what they're doing.
Legends of Tomorrow is fun because it's Doctor Who Cares. It's not. There's no comic Legends of Tomorrow, but it's just wacky CW gloss.
Yes. Burt Ward just corrects
Burt
me up.
Ward, and I bet there's going to be more. Like,
What could he play?
he's going to be Robin.
Oh my God!
They may have Linda Carter, Superwoman. They're going to bring in all these old dudes who have played DC characters in this crossover.
And when you connect Batman 66, it's over.
That's
right?
amazing. No, it's amazing.
I mean, it's funny, but it's you're
Adam
done.
West is dead. You
Yeah.
have to dig him up.
You
and then
know
they have
they
his
would have
bones
had
there.
the corpse of Adam West if they could
What
have.
about the dude Joker that painted his mustache?
Caesar
Cesar
Romero,
Romero's
he's
dead.
also
Oh,
dead.
fucking
Frank
dumb.
Gorshin, I think, is also dead.
Everybody's dead.
Burt Ward was the
dead.
youngest one on there, so that's all they got
Yeah.
left. So get Burt Ward.
There's no
Fucking
chance of anybody else being
Holy
alive.
cash in
Fat
Batman.
Burt Ward is.
Is he fat too? Like
He's really
him
big.
and Eddie Furlong probably hang out
Burt
together.
Wide now.
He's Burt Wide. Oh,
He's
shit.
74 years old.
Shit.
He's 74.
He's the young guy.
He was the
He was the
youngest
youngest
guy
guy
on
on
the
the
show.
Everybody else was would be at least 84.
It's like the remaining Beetle. Jesus. Okay, last thing. The Marvel's Avengers game.
I saw some of the demo.
Yeah, they said there's going to be lots of character customization, and about 6 minutes of gameplay demo was leaked. And it looks a lot like the Spider-Man game. Like you're playing in the story. You play as Thor. You go down there. You clear out this bridge. You're smashing shit. You hear the other guys talking. And then it switches to Iron Man. And then you're in the air and you're shooting at things in the air. And then you become the Hulk. Like it looks like a lot of fun. I like the gameplay. So
It looked good, but I'm not a video game expert. But from what I saw, it looked good. Similar to Spider-Man and the
Yes.
Batman
Yeah.
stuff.
I need to see. Ooh, I'm burping.
Oh.
I need to see. I need to see more of this game. I need to see more.
did you see the
to
leaked
make it a big-
gameplay footage, Rugs?
No, I didn't.
It's in there. I'll put it in the show notes. It pretty much shows you the game, and you just fucking, as Thor, you're striking them. They're in the air. They're still in the air. You're still hitting them.
I'm
You
still
take
not
people
with
out.
these freaking character models.
No, they look
Still look lame.
well, just like generic Avengers or
They're
something.
they're so like not good.
They're just a little bit off, but the gameplay looks fun. Other than that, Anthony,
Let's see what
I will
happens
get
here.
the game.
He
You
does
come
Thor
over,
shit.
play it. Yeah.
I mean, whoa, that's pretty legit.
Yeah,
the animation.
Yeah.
Just the character design sucked.
The character design sucks, but the gameplay and the actual action looks good. You can call the hammer.
Yeah. If you squint your eyes, it looks all right.
It almost looks like Chris Hemsworth.
Right.
Okay, that's all the news from San Diego. Let's find out what the nation thought with news from the nation.
It's time for news from the nation.
It's time for news from the nation. Oh, it's a wet one. That's a wet one.
I don't know why that makes me laugh.
Fart noises are always funny. Come on.
Farts are always funny.
Always funny. Super shout out to Blake.
You know why
Braden.
farts smell?
Why?
So deaf people can enjoy it too. Not funny.
This is going great.
All right, continue.
That's an old joke from like somebody. I don't remember. Yeah. It's an old dad joke.
I enjoy good dad jokes.
Shout out to Blake Braden for providing the live updates in our Facebook group, Jock and Nerd Nation.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Blake
Right?
Braden.
How awesome was that?
He was actually, I was basing a lot of my reveals or my messages to you guys off of him.
That's why you have to join the Facebook group, listener. You get breaking news first.
I was in a text group chat with my friends, and one of my friends was trying to break the news, and then Chris Sotelo, who's been on the show and is part of the nation, said Blake Braden is doing a live tweet, right, or live news break on your group.
That's great.
Holy shit.
That's awesome.
This is awesome.
Yeah, pulling it right. It just makes things easy.
He did a great job.
I'm going to read Blake's overall thoughts on all the announcements because he did such a great job, Blake. Thank you. Blake says, number one, I've got a huge geek boner for this animated What If series. That plus having so many of the MCU actors voice their roles will be incredible. Number two, I've never been a really big Natalie Portman fan. I did like her in V for Vendetta and Black Swan and hope it was just poorly written movies for Star Wars and Thor 1 and 2. I think that's the case. She is a great actress, and those are two good movies for her. So it's going to be in the writing.
Great. Very good.
She's good, but it is the material. It's the material. The Star Wars material was just horrible. You know. Number three, he says, very excited about the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Here's someone who's excited for it also.
Good for you.
Me, not so much. Number four, I'm over Terminator movies. I don't care
Everybody
who is directing or producing.
Oh, fuck you, Blake.
Oh, Blake. Anthony's back in, though. Eddie Furlong. We got
Eddie
a
Furlong,
fat
though.
junkie Eddie Furlong that's been in jail. It may make him bring him back around. Number five, Mahershala Ali as Blade is a difference maker, not only for the present, but the future, as Snipes is 57, a known and persistent bad attitude on sets, and Ali is 45, much better actor, backs it up, already playing a fantastic badass in Luke Cage Season 1. And also, Mahershala Ali plays the piano and the keyboards. Like, that's him playing in the movie Green Book and in Luke Cage. Super talented, dude.
My favorite Wesley Snipes movie is when he's the bad guy in Demolition Man.
Oh, that's really good. I like Passenger 57. That's not bad. It's a really bad, fun 90s action movie.
Was he?
I go Blade first, then I'll take that one.
Was he in First 48 Hours?
No.
48 Hours?
No.
Was that a different black guy?
That's Eddie Murphy.
Fuck.
That's Eddie Murphy. Anthony, how dare you?
What was he in?
You do this to us!
Wasn't he in some other 80s?
He was in, you are thinking of, not Passenger 57?
I'm not thinking.
He was in White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump was huge for him. Yes, with Woody Harrelson.
Major League.
Oh, he was in Major League?
Yeah, he was one of the Willie Mays Hayes.
Jungle
US
Fever,
Marshals.
also New Jack City, Nino Brown. Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's a great role. That's a great fucking movie. I forgot about New Jack City. Money Train is not a bad movie.
I saw
Have you
Money
seen
Train.
Money Train? It's not bad.
Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
And
I think he plays
After Blade, though, he kind of went direct to video.
He plays a drag queen in Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
That's
Murder
correct.
at 1600 U.S. Marshals, and then After Blade, yeah. And then number 6, Blake says, I'm all in for Star Trek Picard with Data and 7 of 9. Here's the thing. I'm really excited for that show. I don't think it's going to make me pay for CBS All Access, though. I'm not paying for it.
I'll just
Rugs, you paying for it?
watch it anyway. I'll watch it anyway.
Oh, I can just watch it anyway. But they're gonna make like like kind of like an Orville, but actually in the Star Trek universe. Did you see that? It's like a 30-minute comedy, and then Star Trek.
There's no point in making that.
And then
Don't
Star
do
Trek
that.
Discovery, the next season, jumps ahead 1,000 years in the future or something.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy. John Bellotti comment on Thor: Love and Thunder. He says it's interesting that they are adapting elements of a poorly received comic book story when Jane takes over as Thor. This movie had my interest the other day when it was announced until I found this out. My hope that they were going to go with the As Guardians of the Galaxy story, possibly bring in Beta Ray Bill, a much more popular iteration of Thor. Call this a classic case of expectation meeting reality. My hope is that the movie is good enough to win me over. I think it's going to be...
I think
like
the Jane as Thor, though, did really well, actually. His comic book
It is.
sales-wise.
Jason Aaron, everything he writes is really good.
I'm saying that even sales-wise. I think
Yes.
it
Yes,
spiked,
you did.
yeah.
It might have sold more than regular Thor.
Yeah.
Mighty Thor.
I mean, but at this point, though, a lot of comic book sales is like 50,000 sales. So
Right. You sell...
it's not like a huge number, but
If you sell 200,000 of an issue, that's huge.
they're like top 5.
Yeah, and that's like not a lot. They used to be millions
Right.
back in the 40s, back in the 90s. John Bellotti also has thoughts on Brandon Routh Superman. I have waited my entire adult life for a big screen adaptation of my favorite mainstream graphic novel, and this is what I get. I don't watch the CW shows, but this has me curious.
He's talking about Kingdom
Come, which is probably like one of the best DC graphic novels that you can read.
Alex Ross.
Best drawn, too.
Yes, all taking place in the near future with older heroes. So Brandon Routh will have some like white hair. But I bet...
I just want to know what Burt Ward is doing.
Oh, my God. Burt Ward's going to be like, oh, holy something, Batman. How did I get here? How can he? He can't play Robin at 75. I don't know what they're going to do with him.
I don't know why that cracks me up so much. Him as
Fucking
Robin,
Burt
at 75
Ward.
years old.
That would be hilarious. And then more John Bellotti Jr. Tony Leung as the Mandarin. Fuck me hard. That guy is a Hong Kong action movie legend. Infernal Affairs, Bullet in the Head. That's the best Marvel news I heard from this panel.
Both of those movies are great.
I've
You
never
gotta check
seen
that one
those.
out.
Infernal Affairs, Bullet in the Head.
Infernal
I
Affairs
gotta watch this.
is good.
I forgot to comment
The
on
Departed is based on that.
one comment on Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what the direction of the story is, but I would assume it'd be a kung fu movie. And if they do that, hopefully they actually study some good fight choreography and make this up there, because this is what we asked for with the Iron Fist, and we got
but this is
very subpar action.
These are not the same people involved. And you better
Yeah, no, it's
believe
not.
they're going to bring like proper kung fu.
I mean, the only thing is the director's never done any kung fu movies.
Oh, he hasn't?
He is Chinese, but he hasn't done. He's done like dramas.
I mean,
and stuff.
the Chinese movie market is going to be looking very carefully at this. Like, this should be like their huge big hit over there, or should it?
If they don't bring their A game
Yeah.
with the kung fu or whatever they use, I don't know what they would
Do
Shang-Chi
you think this
uses,
movie
but
would play big in China? Because it seems like the stuff that
you might reject it if it's bad.
I mean, we can cry about some diversity, but they're making this so that China gets on board. I would assume.
But
like they looked at this and they didn't go, we need to include an Asian guy. It was more like, China's fucking emerging. We need to get this. We need to do something catered towards them.
Another interesting bit about Shang-Chi is it was one of the properties that they put up for collateral in the very beginning to get the funding for Iron Man. They put up like 10 characters. And Shang-Chi was one of them,
Shang-Chi.
meaning were they thinking about Shang-Chi since the beginning and just waiting? I don't know. I have split comments about Blade. Jamie Robinson, who is Mr. Throwback Thursday for the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast. Mahershala Ali as Blade. Sign me the fuck up right now. And then I got Michael Cherkowski of TheVampireRobots.com. This is a bummer. All due respect to Mahershala Ali, but I really wanted to see Snipes as Blade one more time. We may still. But just today, I think Wesley Snipes made this comment publicly. He said, quote, "To all the daywalkers losing their minds right now, chillax." Although
Chillax, such an early 2000s thing to
he's
say.
still stuck in the 2000s. Although the news comes as a surprise, it's all good, such as the business of entertainment. Much peace to the MCU crew, always a fan. Honor and respect to the Grandmaster Stan. Congratulations and salam to Mahershala Ali, a beautiful and talented artist whose expressions I look forward to experiencing for many years to come.
Wait, is he Muslim?
I think so, because then it continues. Inshallah, we will someday work together. What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
Most importantly, to my loyal fans, the incredible outpouring of love is overwhelming. I am grateful for the never-ending support. So nah fret, nah worry. It's not the end of the story. Welcome to the Daywalker clique.
Oh, shit.
Okay, the biggest thing out of this is I think
wait.
Wesley Snipes is Muslim.
He is. I'm looking
Holy
at his
fuck, when did this happen?
Wikipedia. He was raised as a Christian and, raised as a Christian, converted to Islam in 1978.
Holy shit.
But left Islam in 1988.
Oh.
That's all I got on Wikipedia.
And then it doesn't say when he came back.
Doesn't say, but it looks like he's inshallah.
Inshallah means God willing in Arabic. And he said salam. Mahershala Ali may also be.
Is Mahershala Ali?
Is he Muslim? Because that's a very Muslim name.
He was.
Let's not forget Wesley Snipes was in the Michael Jackson Bad video in 1987. Holy shit.
Mahershala Ali.
Wesley Pipes.
An Ahmadi Muslim. I don't know what that means.
Oh, he's an Ahmadi. It's a different sect of a Muslim. The Ahmadis. Wow. Okay, I just learned. I did not know Wesley Snipes was Muslim. Good for him. Another fellow Muslim.
Wesley Snipes also a domestic abuser
and tax evader.
I don't know why am I laughing about that.
It's nothing funny about that, Anthony.
That's not funny.
But wasn't he also a tax evader, I think?
Yeah, tax evader.
Yeah. Also, first Comic-Con without Stan Lee.
Our heroes always disappoint us.
Yeah, never meet them. Trace Harare says Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to be partially a horror film, and I'm so pumped for it. Dylan McCandless, we know we're getting more Spider-Man, more Black Panther, Guardians 3 in the future. This slate only covers the next 2 years. What I like about it is they're balancing characters we already know and love and introducing new arrivals. Absolutely. And of course, again, Jose Ibarra with the line of the day. Eddie Furlong's going to be the fat Thor of this movie. Still gets points for that. Good stuff.
He wins
everyone.
The day.
So clearly Marvel won San Diego. There was no other.
There wasn't a lot of competition
competing, but compared to past years, Anthony, did this thing deliver, or was it not as hyped, not as big as you were hoping? It's kind of
the biggest thing they ever did was the biggest thing they ever did was when they did that random day where they announced Phase 3 with Civil War and Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and 2.
That was great.
This was good. I mean, like I said, it's their experiment phase. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. They're trying the TV stuff. They're trying a couple new characters. They're moving some characters in a different direction. So we'll see.
Ruggs, do you see this as risky moves? Are they still playing it safe? Did this seem lackluster to you, or were you pumped?
That's a good word, lackluster.
I kind of felt like it was okay. I don't want to say lackluster, but the word kept popping up.
I think that, I don't know, I think they're going to have a lot of trouble getting, for Black Widow, for example. You're going to have trouble with her, getting her to be on that level of a Captain Marvel or a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Because it's too little too late. And then Scarlett Johansson has gotten in hot water with a lot of people about playing transgender people and playing Asian people and all that other stuff. So her cachet has gone down a little bit. So that's going to be underwhelming. And then you have a bunch of other movies that no one really knows about or nobody really cares about other than a few that's more of the same. So there's nothing really exciting. There's no character that we've been wanting to see that is being brought to life. This is good for them because they get to do whatever they want in a lot of ways.
Right.
And there's not going to be that argument of disappointment. Now, this is what I think is going to happen. That the quote unquote, I'm doing finger quotes in the air right now, fans are going to now start researching everything and then they're going to argue about bullshit anyway.
Of course.
Because this is argue proof, right? You're Eternals, you can do whatever the fuck you want with them.
Yeah,
right?
That's a good point.
So, it's drama proof, but they're going to eventually get some drama going on this. And then they'll use that. Who knows?
I mean, I think the biggest drama is going to be leading up to the Thor and all the misunderstandings.
They're going to think of some kind of thing to sell these movies. Whether it's an LGBT character, LGBTQ. Am I right?
LGBTQ, yes.
All right. Character in the Eternals or something like that. They're going to drum up some kind of movement behind some of these films. I don't know how yet, but I mean, we'll see.
The big plan is unfolding. Overall, the announcement does make me say yeah, because it's great to see what's coming now. We'll see.
I'm interested to see what they do with some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy Phase 4 slate, real short. Maybe they'll give us more D23. That's the show, everyone. Ruggs, where can the people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter, but I'm not really doing much
You're not
Twittering
doing much
lately.
Twittering?
I'm kind of like sour on everything right now.
Well, he's also in our Facebook group, listener, so join the Facebook
I'll be
group.
there every once in a while.
You can find a link.
Really, Rug Boy?
Yeah. Tag him. Poke him.
Yeah.
It was his
On
birthday,
Twitter.
according to Facebook. Happy birthday, Ruggs.
Yeah, thank you for all the birthday wishes.
Yeah, it was. Facebook said it
I
was his
enjoyed
birthday.
my birthday.
Yes.
I saw that.
What? It's his birthday.
I don't understand.
I
why
love
that
the
disease.
listeners giving him birthday wishes. Very nice.
Hey, listen, they get an alert. They just do it.
Yeah, it says his birthday. Happy birthday. There you go. That's how I remember. Show notes for this episode, jockandnerd.com/285. We'll have links to everything we talked about, the links to our Facebook group, how to support the show, how to subscribe, how to get in touch. Follow us on all the social medias. And if you like the show, tell a friend. Spread the geekery. Thank you for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
I think I broke a record for how many things I could shit on in one show.
Oh,
Fuck that show.
Like, completely underwhelmed, not excited. Maybe I'm just depressed.
Fuck that show.
I don't know.
Fuck that show.
Jock and Nerd. Cheer up, Ruggs.